Let's
Good
go
evening,
already.
everyone, and welcome to the zoo. Tyr's interrupting as I do the introductions. So, first we'll go to Tyr, I suppose.
Yay! Hello.
Then let's go over to Adam.
How's it going?
And then finally Jen.
Hello.
And of course, as it is once again a Friday, I am the keeper for this evening. Well, I say of course as it is once again Friday, but considering that last Friday I wasn't here, and next Friday I won't be here. But nevertheless, once again, as it is a
Stop
Friday,
confusing
I'm the
people.
keeper for the evening. Sanguine. How are all of you doing tonight?
Great.
How about you two, Adam and Jen?
I'm well. How about you?
Well, now I have the choice. Do I answer or do I push it back to Adam and then I take it back after?
Haha.
I'm confused.
Adam, how you doing?
No, the ball's in your court.
Yes, the ball was, and then I passed it to you. Answer.
Oh.
You've been burned by the potato. You fail.
Damn it. No, I'm doing good, man. I mean, hey, it's Friday, right? You know, I look forward to a relaxing weekend. Although we're getting, I guess, the remnants of the hurricane, so nice rainy weekend.
I saw that we're getting a shit ton of rain in the Midwest this week.
Yep.
What do you care, Sam? When you live underground.
It would be far nicer if I could go full troglodyte lifestyle. Sadly, there are not enough structures built underground for my liking.
You're a dwarf. Just mine some tunnels and be happy.
This is what I want to do, but I live on the second floor currently. If I start trying to tunnel, my downstairs neighbors will have an issue.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, they'll be fine. Just tell them that you're building a basement. There you go. You'll be there. I covered your bases.
I'm not a New York Jew.
Whoa!
I said building a basement, not a fucking subtunnel.
Call back to an event that most people have forgotten.
No, I
I
didn't.
didn't. It's the Jewish escape tunnels.
It was fucking hilarious seeing them just appear out of the ground.
Out of the sewer grate? Yeah. It was weird.
Yeah.
Look, they knew it was coming and were getting ready.
And I'm doing rather grand. I had a absolutely delicious dinner, which was some marinated salmon that then I served up on top of a rice bowl, which was filled out with some onion that I sliced thin, then tossed in some shoyu, a bit of chili crisp, and sprinkled with some togarashi. So it was a bit spicy, that nice umami, salty deepness of shoyu. It was a smoked shoyu as well, so I got a bit of that smokiness. Hit it with a bit of vinegar for some acidity, so it had the sweetness of the onion, the umami goodness of shoyu, the salt of shoyu, the spice of the chili crisp, and then that tang from the rice wine vinegar. Absolutely delicious. Then some spicy fried onions sprinkled on top, served up with some pot stickers.
Ooh.
Then my drinks were a Motomota Canyon Junmai. Is it a Junmai? Let me double check. I want to say it's a Junmai. Yeah, Junmai Genju. Sake, a Asahi, and then the last of my coffee malt Nika whiskey.
Was there
So my
any
plate is
onions in
where?
the drink?
Say again?
Was there any onions in the drink?
No, there were no onions in the drink.
Okay.
My plate is where?
Again, everyone just has to show up and then they get fed. This is the way the rules work.
But I don't like going underground. There are dwarves there.
It's an improvement.
I think Sanguine's theme song when you go over to his place is Cab Calloway's "Everybody Eats When You Come to My House."
No, I think my theme song is Minnie the Moocher.
No, because this is more of a, hey, if you're coming to my house, I'm gonna make sure that you're fed good. There's no mooching, because Sanguine's just gonna cook anyways, and Sanguine cooks. I can tell you, I can tell you that from firsthand experience. You can sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, dude, I want some eggs,"
I'm thumped.
and he'll be like, "All right, so do you want 4 or 6 or 8 eggs?" And it's like, "Holy shit, dude! Just
Yep.
like 2
I want
eggs."
all the food.
He will cook you all the food.
I tend to cook a feast. And Adam, if anything, the amount that I cook has slightly decreased from when I was a bit younger.
Oh,
Oh yeah, when I was younger, especially when I was in college and an absolute gym rat, a fairly standard breakfast that I would make when I was, this is again back in college, I got to the point where I was benching just shy of 300 pounds at 50 reps a set. I didn't hit 300 until slightly after college. I was leg pressing over half a ton, shrugging 600 something, and a bunch of other ridiculous shit. When I go into the gym and I become a gym rat, I become an absolute monster. But when I was doing that, a fairly standard breakfast that I would make would be 4 eggs, 2 potatoes, and I'm not talking like 2 small potatoes. No, I'm talking like the steakhouse russets, where they're like 2 fists big.
Potatoes?
Yeah, 2 fists big, and I'm talking my fists, so meaty fucking hands. Then a half pound to a pound of sausage, 4 quarter-inch thick rashers of bacon, an entire onion, an entire bell pepper, and then about a gallon of tea.
Sweetened or unsweetened tea?
If it was for breakfast, typically it would be sweetened.
Ooh.
But not sweet tea, it's just sweetened tea.
Wait, hold on. Was it like a fake sweet?
No, so you have different
Like
levels
she's
of...
sweet, when she's out in public, but when you get
So you
home,
have
she's berating you and
different
throwing
levels of what sweetened tea can be. The sweetest of sweetened teas is sweet tea, particularly southern sweet tea,
Oh.
which has Kool-Aid levels of sugar in it.
Your iced tea mix is quite weak. They're saying.
Whoa, hold on.
heard
You know
it.
what?
I heard
Hold
it's
on.
like a sack of sugar.
No.
I don't
You
think- I don't think we-
misunderstand. I'm
Hold
not
on,
talking
I don't think we need to hear
standard
the
make.
commentary from a Commonwealth person in terms
Oh,
of
I hear this
tea.
from actual
Oh,
Americans
shit.
from the
Oh.
South.
And I'm not talking standard mix straight from the container Kool-Aid. No. I'm talking church Kool-Aid.
Yeah, we're not talking
you
tea
talking-
we toss in a fucking harbor.
Church Kool-Aid is... This is
You
the
talking
first
colored
time
tea?
Yeah, I'm talking the first time you
Oh, shit.
imbibed sugar in your life. Church Kool-Aid will give you diabetes.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be-
He talking. If you freeze that shit, syrup. I know that taste.
That
It
sugar
is
foot
damn near a super saturated solution of sugar.
tea. That's why you have to
Exactly.
differentiate. Yeah.
It put to you like this. I'm gonna put it to you like this. It is 90% sugar, 5% water, and about 4% tea.
You could imbibe straight honey and get less glucose than Southern sweet tea.
A single ounce of that tea has all your daily carbohydrate requirements. A single cup will put your ass in a coma.
Yep.
Listen, but what a way to go.
Hell yes, it is.
But
Why do you think the Southerners got their sugars?
So again, it's not just, oh, it's a sweet tea. No. When you're talking Southern sweet tea, it is damn near potable diabetes.
syrup.
It is. Look, put it to you like this. I've seen ants crawl all over that shit trying to get at it.
Yeah, they would. That would kill them too.
Yeah, but they still trying to get that motherfucker.
What a sneaky way to kill them. I should tell my buddy who had problems with wasps.
No,
Mostly
it's not the
because
wasp,
they're
it's the
on a-
ants.
I know.
But yeah,
Hold
that's the high end of sweet when it comes to sweet teas. I'm talking a sweetened tea, which is you put in a normal human amount of sugar into your tea. So it has a sweetened taste rather than complete sugar.
Again, that shit will kill you. That will kill a small baby.
Several. And only one of them needs to drink it.
Exactly. If you have Southern sweet tea, you have enough sugar in there to last you for a year.
Dude, that's a crazy thought where it's like one little toddler baby just happens to stumble upon a little thimble full of Southern sweet tea, and all of a sudden, just a little sip, and all of a
Boom,
sudden,
diabetes.
boom. But it doesn't end there,
sugars.
because the little toddlers that are in the cribs around them, all of a sudden they start feeling it. They're like, my legs, but they can't say it because they're toddlers, so they're probably saying like, and then all of a sudden, they start dropping like flies.
Yeah, none of them have their sugars in control.
Well, they're toddlers, dude. Nobody has anything. They can't even control their poops.
Exactly.
And now you're giving them something that's gonna help cause them to poop.
They're giving them something to lose their little toddler leg. This is horrendous.
they got their feet all right, even right after they born. Like, yeah, this baby gotta get his foot moved.
All of them come out, and it's just Sugarfoot around the whole lot of them.
Yep.
I still love the fact
Sugarfoot,
that
Sugarfoot.
Sugarfoot is an old name for it.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with him? He's got the Sugarfoot.
Yep. You gotta get it cut off.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite terms for any disease, though, is still the proper name of a disease. And it is one of those diseases that it is almost impossible for me to say it without doing an accent. Because
What?
it sounds like it should be old-timey accent 100% of the time.
All I gotta say, Tier, and I'll be fair with you, Batman ain't that big of a tea guy. But if you tell him that recipe, oh man, you should. It'll be funny.
Look, all right. This, again, Kefki can back me up. It is. Now I'm gonna break it down into parts. All right. It's only 10 parts. Okay. It's 8 parts sugar. 1 part water.
Man,
One
you're
part
making
tea.
it weak.
What? I said 8 parts sugar.
Yeah, but then you put in a full part water.
Oh, fine. Oh Lordy, forgive me for trying to taste the tea. All right, fine. It is a half a part water, half a part tea, and then that other part's going to the sugar. So 9 parts sugar.
Yeah, that's more correct.
Just forgive me for not trying to give them the sugars and the beaters.
We're talking Southern sweet tea. If you aren't getting the beatus from your first sip, you aren't drinking sweet tea.
That's liquid cocaine there. That shit is liquid crack.
So much sugar it makes your teeth hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is this something we should be promoting? I don't know if this is like.
Promoting drugs,
I'm-
but tea.
Look, it is a common known nickname for Southern sweet tea. It's called liquid crack.
Look, yeah, but you know.
I mean, we're not promoting it.
I think weren't you just explaining how to make it?
Wait a minute. See, my bad, Kefki, my bad. Kefki said it's 10 parts sugar.
Well,
You gotta
okay,
add
there
the
you go.
sweet.
Yeah, but the thing is, Adam, just because you describe how to make it doesn't necessarily mean you're promoting it, at least not to everyone. It's kind of like if I were to describe how to make head cheese, trust me, a lot of people will turn away and be like, no, I'm good. I don't want any.
See,
Yeah.
this just reminds me of. I mentioned it yesterday. Do you guys remember when. I can't remember the name of the science channel, but it was one of the YouTube science channels. I want to say it was Backyard Science.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me on that, though. But I want to say it was Backyard Science. Accidentally kind of explained how to make a analog to hydrogen cyanide in mass quantities.
Oh, no.
Because he was describing an entirely different reaction, and he said you have to be careful with this next part. Because if you do this next part in the wrong order, you create, I want to say it was one of the sulfate gases. You create this gas in large quantity. And it is extremely toxic. Yeah, it's an analog of hydrogen cyanide. So the FBI went to him and said, you have to take down that video.
Mm-hmm.
There was a couple of videos like that.
Inquisitor popped in and then immediately died.
I think. Oh,
Oh.
I can't remember who was showing them. I'm not sure if it was Monkey the other day because he was on for quite a good bit. But it was videos like that, and this guy was just experimenting with I think he called it piranha acid.
Oh, yeah, piranha solution.
Yeah.
So,
Well, he stuck a
piranha-
chicken leg in there.
yeah, piranha solution is a solution that is able to dissolve every organic compound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it ate the whole bone. The
Yeah.
whole chicken. Yeah, there was nothing left.
So if you stick anything that is organic matter, which includes any part of your body, into piranha acid, it will be able to completely dissolve whatever you put in.
I think he got a visit
it dissolves
too.
Meat, it dissolves bones, it dissolves everything.
What sucks about it is it was just a science experiment, so I appreciate that. But yeah, there are psychos out there who've done that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, the psychos out there normally don't use piranha solution. They use various other acids. So you have the acid barrel murderer and the acid bath murderer. Yes, they're two different people.
Yep.
And they were each caught because of the undissolved portions of the remains.
Holy shit, undissolved.
Also, it's fairly standard for cartels to employ people that use acid baths.
Oh, so like the dip from Roger Rabbit.
Mm-hmm. But with people.
Yep.
I knew about the murders. I never recognized the acid because I'm not into chemistry.
Yeah, the acid bath murderer and the acid barrel murderer, if I remember correctly, both used different acids.
That sounds like something from Breaking Bad.
It's only something I know a little bit about because there's different versions of it that people use. Like my dad really wanted an authentic buffalo skull in his backyard, but he wanted to do it himself. Like he wanted to see what it was like, so he had to pay for the license. He had to pay for the for the liquid. You know, they had to understand what it was he was using it for. And when he was done, he had to, dispose of it at their site so that they could see that he no longer had it.
Yep.
But that acid wasn't so strong that it would eat bones. It's really just for the like the flesh, so you don't have rotting stuff in the inside of the skull. But
yeah, the acid bath murder, I just looked it up, was John Haig, or Haig, one of those two. And then the acid barrel murder, she only murdered one person, her husband. And
No, she was the hag.
She is Larissa Schuster. And in Haig's case, he used sulfuric, whereas she used hydrochloric.
yeah, I meant what I said. Like I do appreciate science for what it is. It's just I have to not think about what psychos do when they're allowed knowledge.
I mean, knowledge within itself isn't bad. It's just what you do with it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, they were already going to do something bad. It's just you gave them a pretty good idea to do it. When I don't know if it's a good idea, but unique, creative.
But yeah, the Perron solution is rather worrying in how easy it is to make, because it's, I'm not going to give the exact mixture, but yeah, it is just peroxysulfuric acid, if I remember correctly. I think it's peroxy. And then hydrogen peroxide.
Well, I mean, in terms of like, you know, spilling the beans on the recipes for destruction, I mean, isn't like mustard gas like piss and arsenic or something like that, or like some like chloroform or something like that?
you can make your own homemade napalm.
Yeah.
Just basic bitch ingredients.
I only mentioned that because I hear this toaster is kind of causing a disturbance over there, so I'm gonna go check it out real quick. I'll be right back.
And I think what you were thinking is the people that accidentally end up poisoning themselves by mixing bleach and some other common household chemicals.
Bleach and ammonia.
Yep. Which, yeah, that is a nasty, nasty combination.
You know how many women have done that to themselves unintentionally because they're dumb when they clean stuff?
Yep.
I've done that to myself once when I was younger.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, when you were younger, you're a kid, so...
Yeah, I was told to clean the bathroom. Okay. Ammonia and bleach. Okay.
It makes chloramine and hydrazine and can liquefy your lungs.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, it is rather fucked up.
Yeah, that's why it's a war crime now.
Yeah. And there was the classic 4chan story of someone mixing that up in their bathtub in order to test a gas mask.
There was a guy, I don't remember. It was a story about how this scientist. All right, so it just a couple downstairs underneath this really eccentric neighbor upstairs, and he kept complaining about a noise because they had a kid, right? So he goes to the landlord and tells like, hey, they're making fucking noise. Can you do something about it? So he gets soundproofed. The couple that there's tried to control the kid, but he's still complaining about the noise. Well, after a while, the neighbors start getting this cough and they can't explain. Like the kids start getting sick and they start having this weird smell and they can't fucking figure out what the fuck is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Guy, it's like goes on for a week, and the guy decides to put a camera outside, like by a plant, to see if somebody's fucking with him. It's the neighbor upstairs. He uses a simple solution on because he's a scientist, he's a chemist, and he uses a simple solution, and it's on like a little piece of paper, and he slides it under the door, and that's filling the air, the area with the vapor, which is fucking with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it doesn't take much to poison, like make you sick. Like again, because it was on like a sheet of like a very thin sheet of paper, so it couldn't have been very much. Maybe he soaked it in it. I guess
Mm-hmm.
it still couldn't hold that much liquid or substance.
And slight correction, Inquisitor. The chlorine and ammonia don't quite make mustard gas, they make an analog. Because mustard gas is a sulfide, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, well, I can provide you with a certain type of gas after a bad night at Chipotle. Let me tell you what.
That also smells heavily of sulfide.
No. Well, you gotta remember, he farts. You know, he doesn't fart methane. He farts sulfur.
Well, that's where the spoiled egg smell comes from.
Oh yeah, sulfur.
Yeah.
Like that's why you can't go out. You know, go beside him. Go, who let out rotten eggs? It's just silent but deadly.
Mm-hmm.
He let a silent one out, and it let out the sulfur smell.
Oh my!
As long
goodness.
as you don't do it on the airplane just before they take off and everybody's sealed in for the next 14 hours, you know?
Okay, just bringing this this idea up, I can assure you, if somebody were to look up, there is a competition of stankiest of farts.
Oh God!
Human or animal?
Whoa! Oh my God! Are you serious?
I
didn't even
already
think about that.
have.
Holy shit!
I already
Anybody
have,
who's owned a cat or a dog knows that they
No.
win most of the time.
I already have a too questionable search history in these past few moments. Someone else has to look that one up. I'm not looking it up.
Dude, no, I don't know. I don't even know if I could fucking go the rest of the. Jen just pulled the fucking. Here's the what is a Yu-Gi-Oh card for like? No, here's that card that I'm gonna draw, and it's like, fuck, dude. We're
You activated my trap card.
Yeah, dude, that was fucked up. What the fuck? What about animals? Are you serious for farts? What?
Yeah, we
What
used
the
to,
fuck?
my dog used to clear out the basement on a regular basis.
No,
It was
that's-
funny.
No, that's awesome. I mean, I was gonna equate it to like, you know how goofy there's like, oh yeah, we got a sport for like how hard you can smack somebody else in the face. It's like, okay, well, you know, is there, you know, farting? But then all of a sudden, yeah, but what about animals? And it's like, oh shit.
My cousin was lactose intolerant, but when he had milk, he fart and you could smell that shit all through the fucking house
Oh man.
because he couldn't process that shit.
And I don't know what it is about people that are lactose intolerant, but every person I've ever met that's lactose intolerant loves cheese more
Hold
than
on.
any other person alive.
I
And
would think.
they will destroy their bowels for a bit of cheese or some ice cream.
Okay,
What
but if
the
you're
fuck are they,
lactose intolerant,
dolls?
if you're lactose intolerant,
I don't know.
and you
But
eat
for some
cheese or
fucking reason-
dairy, I think that's like using steroids. That's an additive or a supplement. You're
it's a performance enhancing drug.
yeah, you're cheating.
For some fucking reason, lactose intolerant people cannot get enough dairy. It kills them. But I have never met a lactose intolerant person that actually avoids dairy. I've met so many of them that while eating dairy, someone will go, "Aren't you lactose intolerant?" And they're going, "Yeah, but that's for future me to worry about." As they continue eating the dairy.
Future me. Fuck.
It will soon be me now.
You gotta be with anybody who's surrounded by future me.
Yeah.
Oh God, Jesus Christ!
You know, I
Look.
think that's what Big Boy said to little, or Fat Boy said to Little Boy, before they went over to Japan. They were like, you know what, I feel kind of bloated. It's like, you know what, that's for future me.
That's a future
Batman
me
and Little
problem.
Boy.
Yeah, I messed up the names, but the joke remains.
Yeah.
But you know what? I can't eat
Damage has
chocolate
been
because
done.
it fucks with me.
That's
And-
also what was said after they dropped.
I can't eat chocolate because they fuck with me.
So
No,
I,
the damage has been done.
So I had to take a second to think on whether or not I was going to look this one up. But yes,
Do it.
whales do in fact fart.
Yeah.
It comes up as little bubbles from underneath its body. The scientists
Oh my
referred to it as a
God.
smaller blowhole.
Jen,
And they said the smell is unholy.
Jen,
What do you
first,
think the
first
fucking
you
bloop
open up.
is?
No, Jen, first you open up the competition between man and animal, and now you're gonna add the
Whales.
aquatic
Yeah.
fucking kingdom over here. And now we have to deal with whale farts.
That's great.
Oh my god!
Can you defeat a whale fart?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Again,
No.
that's what the bloop is. It's something underneath the deep down in the water, just farting.
Yeah, no, that is the constant challenge. He's like, "Who's challenging me now?" Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, she decided to add the set of stations.
The last human who challenged the bleep, fucking turned himself inside out just by farting.
That means that dolphins
he sharted.
and orcas all fart too. I want to know.
I mean, every creature would have to fart. I don't think there's a creature in existence that does not fart.
Everybody farts.
But hearing them say it, oh, they don't fart out gas. Okay, they expel bubbles from their mouth or gills when feeding or breathing. Okay, so apparently sharks don't fart. They're too cool for us, you know. They don't fart.
So
Why are
those
you looking this
motherfuckers are
up?
just uppity.
Look, stop looking this up. Do you understand? Stop it. You understand? You understand you're being put on lists? These are troubling times. You don't want to be put on lists.
Too late. She's already on the list. We
Who
already
is
know.
looking at shark farting? It's a pirate guy. He's
Sorry
a pirate
for the
pirate
random insert of weird
Both
things.
bats and birds can't fart.
Really?
Wait,
Yeah.
bats? Do they? I bet
Yeah,
you
bats.
their farts smell like grapes.
Bats don't fart. So their farts
Bats
smell
don't
like nothing.
fart.
Bats.
Underwater, the bats don't
Yeah.
fart.
Hey, you know what? I like that. We should write that song.
Oh, man.
Also, apparently sloths don't fart.
Well,
Of course,
they
it takes forever to do something. I guess taking a bowel movement would be like 10 years of life.
you
It's
wouldn't
not that
even
they
know
don't
if they
fart.
farted.
It's just so slow you don't notice it.
Yeah, we haven't invented an
It-
instrument to be able to measure it.
Look, this is how it
apparently
goes.
their diet does produce methane,
Mhm.
but somehow sloths absorb the methane and then breathe it out.
So it comes out their nose?
Yeah.
That's a fuck. Now I see why fucking sloths are pissed and slow. They are fucked up existence. You know what? I'm just gonna breathe my own flatulence in, and then expel it through my nose.
Could you imagine farting out your nose?
Yep.
I'm gonna just fart up my nose. There we go. I mean, he who smelt it dealt it.
They always smell it first.
Again, I can see why they have a shitty existence, and I weep for them.
What if
Why
that's
are you
the
looking
reason
this
that they're
up?
So damn stupid? Because you
What?
guys mentioned it.
Sorry,
No.
it was funny. Science is fun. Learning is cool. Whales fart.
Whales don't fart under. Sorry.
No,
Farting.
whales fart.
Yeah.
Don't.
Where do you fart out of?
Do you fart out your ass or do you fart out
Also,
your nose?
frogs are stuck in silent but deadly mode.
If a frog doesn't fart for 20 minutes, it'll die.
So,
Well, no, it's just that their sphincters are too loose and it just kind of leaks out.
so wait a minute. So, if a sloth has a shart, does it shart out its nose?
Ew.
Ant shart, all it can do is it can exhale its fart while it shits.
So it sucks it back in?
Why are you sniffing at your asshole while you're shitting?
No, it's a sloth. Remember, he farts out his nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he farts out his nose, and then if I was a
Oh
sloth,
wait,
I'd
so
wait a
he
second
has
before
he
inhaling.
has an extra tube for farts.
No, he
Say-
exhales out of his nose,
So-
and then he inhales after. But it's kind of like how when you exhale and then inhale, you don't just inhale your last breath.
He has like a silencer.
No,
You know what?
those are the frogs. The frogs lack tight enough sphincters to produce audible noises.
Wait, oh my goodness. Okay, you know what? We are learning way too much about
Guess, yeah.
animal farts.
Animal flatulence.
And did you just tell me the frogs have armored silencers that
The frogs are
the
by
frogs have
default,
armored silencers?
the frogs
They
by
silence the farts.
default are silenced because their sphincter isn't tight enough to produce vibrations to make a noise.
Oh my god.
So
It
they're a little
just
too loose.
seeps out of a frog.
They're turning the freaking frogs farts gay. Sorry, it just sounded like it felt there.
Frog farts are like shit after you eat Taco Bell. It just happens.
It's an eventuality.
It just happens. You have no muscular control over it. It just seeps out.
Oh my god, so that's why they say don't lick a toad.
Well, no, they say don't lick the toad because toads are mildly poisonous. Though
Well, yeah,
that
because
mild
they're just
poison
sleeping their
is a
farts all over the place.
hallucinogenic.
That's part of it.
Why are you licking the frog's asshole? Lick the frog's back like a normal person.
I don't know.
Why are you looking at the frog's cloaca?
You know what? There's a lot of things
That's a
that people
weird
do
kink.
that a lot of things that people do. I don't know. Why they do it, but-
Adam, I get that you're a furry, you know, I respect that, but I don't want to hear about your kinks.
Whoa, dude! Wait, did you call me a furry?
Look, I respect all. No, I won't say all because there are some sexual fetishes that I find disgusting and immoral. But I respect both of them. All right. Now, if you want to be a furry, I'm not gonna knock you. You know, you're still my boy and all. Don't want to hear about it.
Wait, I'm a furry because I lick toads?
Yeah. Yeah. Sanguine, when you was at his house, did you find a fursuit there?
Oh, they're from.
Dude,
Hey,
I
maybe we
was
should ask
so
Quiz.
confused.
Quiz. Does Adam have a fursuit or a fursona?
And
I don't-
if so, what animal?
yeah, what animal? It's not a toad, I hope. Wait, does that count? Would a toad be a persona?
So
It'd be a scaly.
no,
A
it
skin?
wouldn't be a scaly. Toads lack scales. So you have furries, which can either refer
Wait. Quiz said, I certainly hope not.
furries
While you're at
can
work using this
either refer
fursuit,
to the general category, or it can refer specifically to mammalian.
So,
Scaly refers to just the
a mammalie?
herptile as well as reptiles.
So if I want to be a battle toad, I'm gonna be a mammali.
No, you're
So-
going to be an amphibian.
Oh.
They would be amphibian, and
Amphibi.
I can't remember what the term
Amphibi.
for
A Roman
amphibians
from
is.
a battle toad.
I know feathers or featheries are the
Featheries?
term for
What the fuck, dude?
avians.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
These,
terms.
these are real things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's subcategories.
What the fuck?
Look, I'll be honest with you, Adam. Don't take this wrong way, but you come off as an equine. No, I'm just going to throw it out there.
What
I
the
just
fuck
feel like
is an equine?
equine.
Horse.
Is that an egg person? He likes dressing as eggs?
No, it's horse.
Oh,
It's a horse.
a horse?
Mhm.
A horse?
Yes.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course. We know what Chank's persona is.
He self-identifies as a brown buffalo.
He does. He identifies as a brown buffalo with a horse fetish. That's just weird. I don't know how that works. Like he was telling us his sexual kink. Like yeah, now he said this. This is not me. This is me quoting, and I'm paraphrasing. It's okay to blow a horse. It's okay. That's what he said.
I don't know how I feel about all this, to be honest.
So Adam, you probably could get on the Young Turks if you want.
So there's apparently several different terms being bandied about for frogs, salamanders, and other amphibians. One of them is slimies.
Okay.
Slimies.
Yeah, and
That sounds
Another
like a game from
is-
New York.
amphibies.
Amphibies.
And I think I prefer slimy to amphibies because that doesn't have the same
Well,
feel. You got
yeah.
feathers, scalies,
that's
amphibies.
the East Coast, West Coast thing. You know, you got the amphies and you got the scalies, the slimies. You got the slimies on the West Coast and you got the amphies on the East Coast, and they don't like each other.
So they like the sharks and the jets.
Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. A slimy and scaly. Wait, they're not scaly. They're
Yeah,
amphibians.
the fish would be under the scalies.
They got warts.
Shark skin is like sandpaper because it has its scales. They would be under the category of scalies.
How did we? Can I ask? How did we get down this road of
I don't know.
conversation?
I just thought
It
I
started
just
with
saw some
farts.
trails.
Yeah, it started with farts. I just won. That's all.
I just won.
Started with animal
That's
farts,
awesome.
and then Tier
Jen has
brought
one
up
chat.
furries, and then it came into furry nomenclature.
No, hold on. And we have Jen T Maxie over here sitting on her throne, her maple leaf throne.
Her
This
maple
is
Well, that's
leaf
the worst
throne.
part. I'm like, well,
laughing.
use your imagination, Lynn.
As look at these three men choosing which one they want. Amphies or scalies or slimies or toadies or farts and
Wait a minute.
Congratulations, we've played right into her fucking hand.
I want to go back a few lines. Her maple leaf throne. Okay, wow. So Jen is Queen of Canada. Okay, I didn't know that.
No, it's
You
just
don't
that
yet
she's
either.
trying to become
Someday they
Canadian Philip.
Kidding.
Wait, pause. Hold on. First off, technically the Queen of Canada is Justin Trudeau, all right?
Whoa,
That's Queen of Canada.
He's
No.
not too difficult to beat. And
He's
she has the support from the slimies and the amphies, so she's building her empire from the underground.
Canada currently
The
lacks
underground?
a queen. Their last one up and fucking died. So
Yeah, it's technically their king now, but I mean, it's not like he's our king, so.
no, he is.
You're just independent. You should obey him in some respects.
Yeah, technically, he's still your king. By law, he's still your king.
That is something that he would say as he's been cornered. I am still your king.
I am your
I don't
king.
know
You will obey
Like that
me.
anymore, though. Like 1982, she pretty much gave us our independence, so.
Yeah, she gave you your
They gave
independence.
independence from the Parliament, but you still swore fealty to the crown.
Well, she was okay. Listen,
You're
she
the
was
queen's bitch.
Yeah, well, she was
But
okay. Her son,
you
on the other hand.
Thank you for recognizing the proper, actual Canadian independence date, though.
Well, yeah.
Is Donkey still not still not accepting the fact
Oh no,
that
Donkey's still
No. Donkey's
swears that
Donkey's from what's the French place? Quebec.
he's from Saskatchewan?
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
thought he was in Ontario because he's
No,
from
yeah,
Toronto.
no, because he's always talking about like tabernacles and all that shit. So
Oh, fuck is a tabernacle?
Well, he's
I
gonna
don't
get
know.
that influence
I
from
think it's a
Ontario
tent.
too. He's gonna get a lot more of that influence from Ontario too. Like,
yeah. I'm
he-
just kidding, Donkey. You know I love you, buddy.
He uses a French swear, which Adam mishears as tabernacle, which is the area that you lock up consecrated host and wine after communion.
That's basically what I said.
Oh, so a
I
cover.
just
Got it.
bundle it up into a easy to say phrase.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what a tabernacle is. A tabernacle is your cupboard for the body and blood of Christ, according to Catholicism.
Can I just say, Adam
Oh,
saying a tabernacle is a tent is a really underrated, very, very clever joke.
Yeah.
hi, Chris.
I'm glad somebody got it. Shit.
No, not a tallywhacker, Keeve. Tabernacle.
A fucking
Put
tent.
those away.
Everybody's surrounding it. Get out of here.
A tabernacle is the location of where the body of the Christian, Abrahamic, Judean God is meant to inhabit.
Yep, and in Catholicism, it's where after you've blessed the host and wine during communion, if you have any left over, you store it in there to use at the next service.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so all I gotta do is convert to Catholicism, and I can say that my wine covers the tabernacle. Sweet.
Yeah, but I like when Donkey goes, Tabernacle, or however
Yeah.
you say it, like Klingon, you know?
Yeah, no, that's a French oath based on the word tabernacle. So yeah, you're not wrong, Adam.
I am never wrong. Oh, sorry.
Except for all the times that you are.
I know, there's a lot of times. We can count the ways.
But yeah, it's... He still swears that you guys were free well before you were. So thank you for acknowledging your proper Freedom Day.
Well, isn't Canada still a protectorate of Great Britain? Just like
Technically, they are still under the crown, but they're no longer under the parliament. So
Yeah.
they are a system that swears fealty to the same ruler, but not to the same government.
They're a suzerain. Would be the proper term
Yeah.
for it. Like
Somewhat.
that.
Okay.
Only so a suzerain would still owe a tax to
The
their
host.
lieges. In the case of Canada, they no longer pay a liege tax.
Nope.
So they swear fealty to the same royals, but they don't actually fund them except if one of the royals is within their country. Then technically they're supposed to provide the royal stipend for the
Yes,
time that the
yeah.
royal is within their borders.
Is Australia in the same lot?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada were all still.
No,
part
not
of
the
crown.
Kiwis too. Come on,
Fuck the Kiwis.
we gotta
I
free
said
the
it.
Kiwis.
Fuck the. I'm a wizard.
Only fuck the attractive ones. Keep their genes in the gene pool. Let the ugly ones pass.
The Kiwis have a fucking wizard. I can't trust them.
Well, as long as we keep
I was
them
say,
out
I
of
don't
the
know. Lena Lazar is kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. I can't hate on the Kiwis.
I'm
Like
not
I
hating on the
said-
Kiwis, but they got a fucking wizard. I don't trust them. I really fucking don't trust them.
Like I said, fuck the cute ones. Keep their genes in the gene pool.
I don't know.
Let the ugly ones pass.
They seem kind of pleasant. All they want to do is just smoke their pipe weed and grow giant fucking vegetables. I mean, just let them
No.
be.
Those are the kind wizards. Those motherfuckers got a serious wizard problem.
Yeah, they got marauding Kiwis going on in the plains of New Zealand. What's going on?
Well, there was one guy that it's an internet historian video. There's a YouTuber by the name of Mini Kudos, who's from New Zealand, and he was telling a story where he was going around dressed as Mario, the video game character, and some guy came up and got out of his car, ran up and just punched him in the face, just laid him out.
Oh,
And it was because he said, when he took him to court, he said it was because that his outfit had offended him.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So just don't go around looking like Mario, Adam, and I think you'll be fine.
Well, I'm fucked.
It's a not me. It's it's Adam.
You were tempted to buy that one Mario hat when we were at Gurney Mills.
Yeah. Well, not anymore. We've made our decision. Shit.
Speaking of,
Adam now
I'm
needs
gonna-
to redecide the first thing that he's going to say when he goes to New Zealand. Apparently, "it's me" is no longer on the table.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully, I'm going to invest in a razor, and
I just gotta get rid of the mustache. That's all.
Hey!
Oh.
Don't cut the nose, neighbor.
I'll trim the mustache and keep the beard, and then I'll scare them a different way. Oh no! Oh
Look,
no!
Never get rid of your nose, neighbor.
Yep.
Not for anybody.
I know.
So
I'm surprised you went nose neighbor, not soup strainer.
Well, I was gonna go.
Nope, I like because mine's is my
Casher.
nose neighbor. That's my nose neighbor.
No, it's more of a strainer because the solids get caught in the hair. The liquids come straight through.
There you go.
Keeps my upper lip warm.
That's,
Getting cold in the winter.
But- I'm not sure if you've seen the announcement, Sanguine, but yeah, Adam, we're gonna have to go back to Gurney Mills sometime in October because there's this massive arcade. It's a big national chain called Round One,
Mm-hmm.
and
the
Sanguine, I'm not sure if you've seen it. They're partnering with Hollow Live, so there's going to be a whole bunch of Hollow Live themed drinks, and then a whole bunch of Hollow Live merchandise in their Crane games.
When is that and where is it?
At any Round One arcade, so you got to look that up online about where locations are. And it's October 10th, I think. Let me check.
oh, dude, that's way close. It's like a week and a half.
Yeah, only a couple weeks. Round One.
I can't wait because then one more week is my vacation.
Ooh.
10, 11. So yeah, the 11th then. So 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today is when it starts. Yeah, there's the major characters that they've got for like this first like big collaboration is going to be Iris, Ina, Fubuki, Okayu, Gura, and Fuamoko.
Nice. Also, you watched, or did you
Goddamn
watch
didn't.
the RP GTA server?
Oh, of course, yeah. I love
Fubuki
Ina's
is
peanut.
absolutely losing her shit with Fumoko.
Well, my favorite was Ina's Peanuts car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I have no clue what you nerds are talking about.
I just love Fubuki just constantly losing her shit with Fumoko. Just Fumoko! Where are you? Why aren't you responding? Bow bow. Don't bow bow at me.
Okay, I have to admit I have no clue what you nerds are talking about, so I'm just gonna smile, nod, and say, "Hey, Jay, how you doing?"
So, Fumoko are two cute VTubers that are twin sisters. They have demon guard dog characters.
Yeah, I
Fubuki
don't
is
fuck with you
a
VTubers.
fox girl.
So the big collaboration here with round one, the mixed drinks that they've got going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Iris Strawberry Lemonade. It is a strawberry ramune, lemonade, and vanilla ice cream with a cherry on top. Then there is Fuwawa's Powerade Fizz, which is Sprite, Powerade, vanilla ice cream, and sprinkles.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Mococo's Strawberry Cream Soda, Sprite, Strawberry Calapi. Oh God, I can't even read that. It's so small. Calapiso? Something, I don't know. Vanilla ice cream and sprinkles. Then you've got the Ninamai Mango Cola, which is Coke, mango calapiso, vanilla ice cream, and an orange slice.
Mm-hmm.
And then Garbura's Sparkling Blue Soda. It's Sprite, blue cacao, non-alcoholic cacao, and whipped cream.
So, of those, Iris sounds the best, and Fumoko's drinks sound really good.
Yeah, I think I'd try Fuwawa's and Mokoko's.
Yep. But yeah, sadly, they're all eastern side of fucking Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where their locations are. Let me check it. Take a look.
Yeah, there's eastern side of Wisconsin, or going down through Iowa over to the eastern side of Nebraska. Those are the closest locations to me.
Yeah, the closest ones to us are out in Gurnee, down in Aurora, and in downtown Chicago.
Yeah.
Or all the way up in Milwaukee.
Yeah, you have north side, Riverside, and Gurnee. Because yeah, you have two North Riverside apparently.
So if you ever want to come down and visit us and try to win some HoloLive stuff out of the crane games, Milwaukee or Gurnee.
Yep.
Nerds. Sorry.
Damn, how long would it be for a drive up to Milwaukee?
Milwaukee? That's like a 2-hour drive for us. It's not that bad.
Yeah, you guys have a short one.
Yeah, from Minneapolis, that's like a 4 or 5 hour drive.
It's that or a bit longer. Because it's a bit south of Green Bay. And Green Bay is like a 5-hour drive.
Green Bay.
Minneapolis to Milwaukee is a 5-hour, 5-minute drive.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, it probably goes more on a major highway.
Yeah, it does, mostly. I-90.
Yep.
Yeah, right through the Wisconsin Dells and Madison out to Milwaukee.
Yep.
And then from Milwaukee to Gurnee is like a 45-minute drive. That's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
I drove up to Milwaukee to pick up an arcade machine once.
But yeah,
Really?
it is one of those cases where the northern part of the country, other than the two coasts, is kind of shit out of luck. Because
Yeah.
from Minnesota to Idaho, you have to go south or you have to go to the eastern side or the western side.
Yep. There's large expanses of nothing from between Minnesota and Idaho. Yeah.
Yep.
Broken up by the occasional thing like, fucking Wall, South Dakota and shit like that. But yeah.
Yep.
For the most part, it's just large expanses and nothing.
Once you hit like the midpoint of the country, most states have at least one. And then
Yeah, like one big thing, yeah.
Yeah, when you hit the coast, it's every state has several.
Yeah. That's the reason why I really like the coastline for the Great Lakes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stuff, there, but when you go further in, is when it starts to diffuse. It's great if you want to live there, because then you got like no one around, which is what I want.
Mm-hmm. I like places that there's enough fuck off space that you don't have to interact with people, but there's enough shit there, there's enough people there for there to actually be things to do.
Oh yeah, I'm the same. I was looking at a house up in Manitowoc, Wisconsin, and it was funny. I was like, okay, so there's this really nice house. So what's in Manitowoc, Wisconsin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I went and I looked, and there's a giant beer brewery
Nice.
in Manitowoc. But the major thing that I liked was that right on the river delta, going out into Lake Michigan, is a massive resale store.
Mm-hmm.
They sell like tabletop stuff, Warhammer, and then video games as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, ooh, that's an untapped market for me. But because I've pretty much tapped out nearly everything here in the Chicagoland area. But there's that, and then 2 blocks south of that game store is what's called a Dead and Breakfast.
A what and where?
A dead and
It's
breakfast?
it's a horror themed bed and breakfast.
Nice.
All right.
I'm all like, I have found my people.
I have found. I have to go there. I'm
Yeah, right.
The question is, for the Dead and Breakfast, do they just try to figure out what the old H.H. Holmes mansion was?
Oh no! See, all the suites are like different themes. There's one of them is called a nightmare theme. One of them is a pirate theme, and then another one is colorophobia.
Yeah, I still say what they should have done is at least part of it should have been looking at old records of the H.H. Holmes murder house and gone, okay, let's model at least a good chunk of this building off this.
I thought that the murder house was never found.
It was burnt down. It was found, but then shortly after his sentencing, shortly after his death, it burnt down, and 2 men were seen standing outside of it when the fire blazed up. So there became this local legend that it was H.H. Holmes and the devil had come back to get rid of
that's the famous thing that he said when they sentenced him to death was, you better hope that you bury me deep enough because like hell is gonna send me back, or some sort of like weird threat or something like that.
Yep.
I'm gonna find it out. What was H.H. Holmes' thing?
But yeah, It was his home got burnt down after he was sentenced, or after his death sentence had been carried out. So all we have is writing of it.
One of his most famous sayings was, "I was born with the devil in me. I could not help the fact that I was a murderer no more than a poet can help the inspiration to sing."
Yep.
Ha! Well, there's his mistake. Poets don't sing.
After final prayer, he shook hands with the priest, said goodbye to his lawyers. Then his hands were bound behind him. A black cap was placed on his head. A noose was put around his neck. After a moment of silence, the bolt was pulled, and Holmes fell to his death.
Yep.
So he was just hanged, like in typical fashion.
Which, if we're going to talk about some of the coldest fucking last words that anyone has ever uttered, it has to go to Karl Panzerem. Karl Panzerem was waiting for his execution. There was an issue, so it was slightly delayed while he was standing up, waiting to be walked out onto the gallows. When he was finally walked out onto the gallows and the noose was starting to be placed around his neck, he was asked if he had any last words. And his last words were, "Hurry this up. In the time that you guys have taken, I could have killed 15 men." Which, like I said, some of the coldest fucking last words. He was an absolute shit stain on human history, but dude had some cold words.
Yeah, that was kind of the funny thing about watching all those royal museum tours where they're like, we're going to investigate the royal deaths and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of times they're questioning whether or not somebody's head has been cut off. And I'm like, if you made a list of the people who didn't get their head cut off, it would be smaller.
Yeah.
For that chamber, yeah. Like, how'd they die? Oh, I don't know. There is the lady that I do sympathize with her because they hired like a really shit axeman to do it, and he
like the 100-and-something stroke with the axe before her head finally came off.
Yeah, I'm like, Jesus.
That just sounds like dude had a bad case of the nerves, in which case he shouldn't be an executioner.
Yeah.
It was a blunt axe and a nervous executioner. So the axe kept on spinning in his hand, meaning that it wouldn't strike true. So he would strike, it would take a chunk, but then it would twist and not continue through. So he would swing again, it would take, then twist and not cut through. So it just was hack after hack after hack.
So can we do the whole Lizzie Borden thing? This Lizzie Borden took an act, gave her father 40 whacks when she saw she had done. She gave her mother 41.
Yeah,
Lizzie Borden. Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks. When
it's her mother.
She had done, she gave her father 41.
It was his. I had it backwards then.
Yep, mother died first, then father.
I think it's because when you actually look into the story, it's actually opposite. She gave her mom way more whacks than she gave her dad.
Yep. Also, one of them, it wasn't with an axe.
Oh.
One of them, most of the strikes were with a candlestick.
So she bashed her father, her parent, in the head with a candlestick?
Yeah. One of the parents was bludgeoned about the head and shoulders with a candlestick.
But was it in the library?
No,
it was not. It was in the bedroom.
It was in the study.
It was actually in the guest room.
Yeah.
It's actually really weird because the part where people rent to stay in these places, that's not the weird part. The people that stay there for some reason like to sleep on the floor where she died.
Yep.
Like, why?
That's creepy.
Yeah,
People are fucking weird.
they are. But also, there's a weird face in their basement, and they want to claim that that's the face of Andrew. And I'm like, it could just be a smear smudge. That
God
but
damn it.
some people like ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like ghosts. Don't get me wrong. Especially since we're heading into the ooky spooky times.
It is almost a spooky month.
Yes, Halloween's.
Thou art spook.
To be fair, though, like if you were to talk to a ghost, Andrew seems like pretty chill, given my understanding of who he was. He'd be like, "Who the fuck are you? Why are you in my home? Oh, okay, you're another one of those. Show me your goods. Show me your gadgets." Because all the ghost people seem to think that he really likes he likes the gadgets. If you bring in like a Game Boy or something, yeah, he'll like you.
Show me your goods made it
Motherfucker.
sound like that was going in an entirely different direction.
Yeah.
It really
I
does.
mean, it could
kinda-
be. I don't know what he's like with the ladies. I don't
Show me
know.
your goods, drop your pants.
Show me your tits.
I just have this image of this like 1800s-year-old guy being like, okay, these toys the kids have are kind of neat.
Yeah, no, show me it.
Oh, he'd probably do that too.
Who wouldn't?
I can also imagine some of the guests that stay there. I mean, it's not just sleeping on the floor. Like, a lot of people do weird shit when they go to those places. So you never know. You might be like, oh, okay, well, you're going to show me anyway.
The people at the Velisca Axburger house did weird shit too. Like they ate the cake.
The fuck?
Mm-hmm.
The cake is a lie.
It is.
Well, now it is because the people came and vandalized it and took it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of weird shit when it comes to that. Though, if you're looking for a cheap house, find one that someone was murdered in.
Or here's an idea. Now hear me out. Why don't you murder someone in the house and then buy it?
I was gonna say callback. I mean, you just get some hydrochloric acid and some hydrogen peroxide.
Mix up your own piranha solution, quick cleanup.
I can imagine
exactly.
explaining that to the judge too. Be like, I just didn't want to be alone when I bought my new house, so I thought I'd make myself a neighbor.
No. It's the housing prices are murder.
yourself
I see what you did there.
Sadly, the real world doesn't quite work by fable rules.
What, no make-believe?
That isn't a valid tactic, and normally, the government gets pissed off, even if your wives are in different cities.
Again, the problem with that is you got to keep your wives together. You know, if you got multiple wives, you got to keep them together. That way, they're sister wives, and the government's cool with it.
Well, I mean,
Such a strange thing.
the way to go about it really would be to just keep her in the basement. But then the ticking just gets on your fucking nerves.
Wait a minute. If we keep her in the basement, that's not going to do anybody any good. How's she going to cook and clean and shit?
That's fine. She can keep a Montiato.
Well, you get an oven and a refrigerator put in the basement. That's how she cooks. You get a garbage can put in the basement. That's how she cleans. And you get a toilet put in the basement. That's how she shits.
And that's how she shits.
What
Or
about
you
fun
just put a
sexy
bucket down
times?
there, and that works as well.
But what about fun sexy time?
You put a bed down there.
Well, now we're starting to sound like that one dude that had his 5 sex slaves that he murdered like 12
Yeah,
of
dude,
them.
what the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah, wasn't he like a priest or
What was his
something?
name? I think he
There's
was
like
involved with the church, but he
6
wasn't
of
a
them that have
priest.
done that. So, what's his name? Which one?
Yeah, which one?
Shit. Oh, fuck. I was just listening to a podcast about
Guy
that.
of Mad.
Because yeah, there's a shit ton of them that have done the
Oh, come on. How is that a fumble?
wife collecting.
What? What are you playing, Adam?
Nothing.
Fucking hate this goddamn monster.
But yeah, it's one of those
God,
things.
Emperor, protect me.
Also, did you guys see the absolute what the fuck? You guys know TwitchCon was last week or the week before, right?
Nope.
Okay, so you don't know about this. Did any of you see any of the TwitchCon Drag Night? I ended up seeing it because a streamer that I was watching
Sanguine, are you telling
decided to
us?
pull it up so that everyone could laugh at it. Mainly, we were laughing at the number of people that got nuked by the Twitch official stream.
Oh,
Because
What
they kept on
happened?
saying things like, is this supposed to be good? Are we supposed to like this? Why are we doing this? This isn't streaming. This isn't interesting.
What was it?
Say again?
Why? Why would you have a drag show at Twitch?
yeah. What was the purpose?
Twitch.
The most I saw about anything for TwitchCon was that Shy Lily was supposed to have a interview with Dan, whatever the fuck his nuts is, and was petitioning Twitter for questions to ask him. And everyone was all like, can he explain why VTubers have double standards on Twitch?
Yep.
Every single person was asking the same fucking question.
Yep, because they nuked Shondo not terribly long ago. And a few
To be fair,
others.
she got back like within a week. I want to say it was.
Yeah, but that was only
originally
after
it was-
everyone made a stink because they never
Oh, yeah,
told her
yeah.
what it was for.
Well, no, they didn't tell her what it was for, and then when she said, "Hey, what the fuck?" they went and they gave a weird one where it was like, "You're showing signs of self-harm. We're deleting your channel for 30 days and not auto-renewing subscriptions and so on and so forth." And she's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yep.
And everyone just piled onto Twitch until they finally resent it. But it was like
Yep.
she was gone for like a week,
Yeah,
I want to say.
and she's not the only one that has been nuked with no to do.
Oh yeah, no, there's tons. Like Camilla got nuked for a bullshit reason, and then yeah, fucking Zentreya was warned because she was wearing a one-piece swimsuit. Meanwhile, on the front page, we got colonoscopy cam with a woman literally shoving a camera right up against her chocolate starfish.
Yep.
Really?
Damn, and they allowed this?
Yeah.
Not
Why
only do they
did
allow it, they encourage it.
Why did that intonation sound like you were about to follow up with, do you have a link for research purposes?
No.
No, she was all like, "Damn, I wish I thought of that."
No, it's just like yeah, just like
I mean, do you have links for research
No.
purposes?
never.
I mean, I can send you some links out on them.
I don't. I'd rather just leave the mystery a mystery.
Listen, I like to add a man of science onto my accolades of life as I die. And one of those being, I looked into those links that was provided.
Nice.
Yeah.
I try not to look into any links provided because I know there is only going to be suffering
Well,
and
as long
pain.
as there are no viruses, you know.
No, but there may be pink eye.
But yeah, the
Oh, damn! Come on.
Twitch official stream of their drag show night was just fucking hilarious. Like I said, I was watching another streamer. Well, I was watching Kirsha's stream, or Kirsha's stream rather, and Kirsha pulled it up out of morbid curiosity and forced everyone to watch a couple of the performances. My God, those people cannot sing. But the funniest part was just watching chat as people would appear and then be nuked out of chat for going, what is this? Why is this a thing? And they would get nuked. It was a very strange thing.
Why is Twitch promoting this crap? I mean, do they not understand who their audience is?
They do.
No, they
don't
understand
like
who their audience is. That's why they do it.
Yeah. They understand who their audience is. They don't like their audience. They want a different audience. So fuck their current audience.
Well, even then, their current audience still makes them a shit ton of money.
Yep.
It's like, all right, so, I was watching Death Brew talking about the latest episode of Agatha All Along, right? And he goes, like, this isn't for this. You made this for wine moms, but wine moms don't watch your shit.
Mm-hmm.
So who the fuck is this for?
It's for the news.
It's for the modern audience, don't you know? They're looking for the modern audience.
It doesn't
There's more of
exist.
them, don't you know? There's more of them. There's like videos of them saying that in a really weird, culty kind of way. More of us.
The modern audience doesn't exist. It's a myth.
I mean, we
You
keep
can
asking
say-
them where they were for, like, you know.
It's like the clitoris. It doesn't exist.
I mean, where were they for their Star Wars shit? Where were they for Concord? Where the hell is the modern audience, man?
I mean, you can say that for all of that, but Twitch is making mad bank off of titty streamers.
True.
No,
So they
I'm
just don't
ta-
care.
I'm not talking about the titty streamers. I'm talking about the goddamn drag show.
Yeah, but the thing is that they use their titty streamer money for the drag show.
Exactly. They don't care.
And because they'll get another bucket of titty streamer money, why wouldn't they try to push what they want to push?
Again, I will never understand the fact. I will never understand that.
How much do you think the conversion rate is with a bucket of titty?
I think it's a nip to $1.
A nip for $1.
Let's put it this way. The last I saw of like any sort of total values, Amaranth pulled in millions every quarter.
Yep.
For a bucket of titty meat?
Yep.
Well, she's more modestly endowed than a bucket, but yes.
Again, these thoughts are making bank off their tits, and when they get all saggy and useless, what the fuck they want to do now?
Feet.
I mean, the smart ones are the ones that are saving their money.
I don't know.
Yeah,
well,
but do you know these smart thoughts?
Well, okay, hold on. Just because they're saggy, does that not mean that they're more flavorful? I mean, they have.
God, no.
experience.
And
No.
what the way that
What's-
you do it is there's a few different methods that people use. So the smartest ones, they save their money.
Listen, I'm just trying to prop up these saggy titties.
Next, or the ones that are as smart are the ones that will devote money towards something that allows them to continue earning even after.
Exactly.
And then the smartest ones are the ones that save money and invested in something that allows them long-term earnings.
Diversify their income.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly. Listen, the ancient Romans successfully erected aqueducts
Put up with
that
this.
allowed the flow of water from the mountains to the cities below, and I think we can do the same with saggy titties.
Look, the milk's gone sour, Adam.
It
No,
just
but we can continue the flow for as long as it's being produced.
it just
The milk's
reminds
gone
me of
sour.
that one joke from Ron White. So it'd be the grossest, saggiest titties. He comes up and says, "You want to see my titties?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I do."
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the other option that they have, which is for the smartest ones, because we've already covered the smartest ones, save and diversify.
Hanging bridge.
But the third group are the people that realize even if their titties are saggy, they still have feet.
Oh my god.
And there's always feet and feeder content. Got it.
Yep. So they
Yeah,
start doing feet or they start doing feeder. And
What feeder? What is feeder?
feeder
You
is
don't know
like
what feeders?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Feeder is a fetish where
I
you
don't wanna
feed
know. I
people
don't.
food, and yeah, it's food play.
yeah, it's the way that you lose your feet.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's
called losing
really
your
you
luck.
choose
Avocado.
you choose one of those two. You either decide to make money from your feet or you decide to make money from losing your feet. You only get to choose one.
I was gonna say, it's not a Nikocado avocado.
I mean, actually, it depends. You can do both.
What are you going to mummify your feet?
Hey, don't knock that as a solution yet. Tom.
Yeah, dude. Some people like jerky. Ha 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 ha. That's bad. You know what? Feeder is bad. I can't believe.
Now I just
we
got the
fucking-
mental image of someone being so fucking down bad that they find a bitch with mummified toes and their first message is, let me rehydrate them toes.
Yeah, she's
That-
my mommy.
Let me lick those nips. Let me suck your calluses.
Ooh,
Touch up your corns.
teriyaki flavor.
I can't with you, Adam. I tried. I woke up this morning like, no, Adam's not gonna get me down. And then you said that. Teriyaki flavor. Man, I can't. Teriyaki
Hey,
flavor.
who's collecting coins on their fucking phone game? The fuck out
Oh, did you just hear a tink, tink, tink? This noise?
Yeah, what is that?
That is the sound of, I have a scaling for different size nuts and screws.
I don't want to talk about your nuts or your
That
screws.
Oh no.
I have hung from the side of my drink cart, and if I tap it, it taps against the bottles of booze on the cart.
Say what I just said. I don't want to hear about your nuts or your screws. Okay. Just want to put that one up there.
You'll hear about
Or-
what I'm
or what's-
storing and what I'm nutting if I so choose to tell you.
Or what's being hung.
Hey, why do you hate me?
Is this double entendre the stream?
Apparently.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's how can we flip the words?
How hangs your hammer?
Huh?
I have several rather.
I mean, you're talking about equines before. I'm all like, hey man, I'm perfectly fine with that. That just means I've got the knee knocker, and then she knows it.
No, you need that elephant or tapir, the one that allows you to scratch your belly.
Ah.
Jesus Christ.
Do none of you know that elephants and tapirs have muscular control over it?
No, I don't. I don't want to talk about another creature's penis.
They can literally scratch the bellies.
Like, but can they scratch their own nuts? That's what I want to know. That's the $1 billion question.
Probably.
Like that's the real $1 billion question there. Like, can they just reach around, scratch your sack?
But really, if I was going to pick any animal's ability that it has with its nutsack, it would have to be the kangaroo.
Oh Lord Jesus Christ! God's going to kill me for asking this question. He really is. He's going to strike me down, but I'm going to ask it.
Don't ask. Don't
I have
ask
to.
it. Do not ask it. Do
I
not
have
ask
to.
it. No.
I have to.
You know if you ask that question, sir.
That
then-
I'm going to answer it.
Okay, go ahead and ask it.
Sanguine.
Yes.
I can't. I can do this. I can do this. What makes a kangaroo's penis?
It's not so much the penis as the nuts. So the kangaroo has an ability to protect its nuts by sucking its nuts up behind its chest plate.
Oh, that far?
Wow, that's yeah. I thought it would be something terrible. I thought it would be like,
I mean, even human men have retraction, but not that bad.
Yeah. But they get to do that in order to protect their nuts. Do you know how amazing that would be if you knew that there was a chance that you were going to get hit in the balls and you could just decide, no, fuck that. Okay, now they're up behind my chest.
I suck them up into my throat.
I'm
So
going to
just
protect
stuck them
my.
up in my chest cavity. That way they don't get hit.
So
the
you're
chest
aiming for
cavity
my sack?
is the chest cavity is the most hittable area. It's the largest.
Yeah, but it's
Target.
behind the bones. It sucks up behind the bones of the rib cage. So rather than getting struck, it's the rib cage that gets struck, protecting the nuts.
You can't attack my nuts. They're safe behind my stomach.
They're safe behind my ribs. You have to break my ribs in order to hurt my nuts. And if you break my ribs to hurt my nuts, I was already fucked.
Look, that would give that men would no longer need cops.
Yeah.
That's why. Oh God! Just imagine if the new pronoun will become no. Your wife doesn't have your nuts. They're still stuck up behind your ribcage. Let them descend and feel. You sackless bastard.
The only problem is you wouldn't want to keep them there constantly unless you want to be sterile.
No. Well, I guess you would. It would be a biological adaptation that it wouldn't affect it. That would have to be a biological adaptation.
No, kangaroos, their ability to produce semen still dependent upon how hot their nuts get, so it is a temporary thing. They suck them up if they're about to get into a fight.
Yeah.
And then they hold them there throughout the duration of the fight, and then they let them return to their normal location after the fight.
Oh.
That's something else.
It's an amazing defense mechanism.
So when I see Tari, like, if you ever get into a fight with a kangaroo, don't aim for his nuts. They're not there.
Yeah. Also, kangaroos have upside down dicks.
God damn, what the fuck?
Oh, fuck.
It just sucked to be this creature.
Because their nuts are over their dick.
Yeah, so I guess it can be sucked back in. All right.
Yeah, it's strange. They're located above rather than under. Again, biology is about
Fucking weird.
30%. How weird is this thing's penis?
Hey.
I mean, let's not make it entirely about the penis. I mean, there's plenty of weird things about vaginas. I mean, you got cloacas are a thing.
That's where another 30% is. It's only 40% is not how weird is this thing's genitals.
So how weird is this thing's pussy?
Yeah, it's 30% how weird's this thing's dick, 30% how weird's this thing's vagina, 40% the rest biology.
40% the rest.
So
All
I
I gotta
watched
say is I'm grateful I'm not a hyena. Yeah.
Yeah,
with the pseudo penis.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hey.
that stuff. I'm like, no, thank you. You can keep that.
And you gotta give birth through that damn thing.
Yep.
It can
God really
split
fucking
half.
hate. You know what?
There's like
God hated the hyena.
there's a comic about like a big hyena mommy character, sort of like semi-erotic thing, and I'm all like, you do realize that if she's like based on a real hyena, she's got a penis, right?
Not a penis, a pseudo penis.
A pseudo penis. I'm just saying.
Pause.
Yes,
Pause. I thought Adam was the furry. I'm looking at you, Quiz.
I am not a furry.
I thought you was the furry, but I really didn't see who's the real furry.
No, we already covered this. He'd be a slimy. Get it right,
I'm
guys.
not a slimy.
No, he's not a slime.
Hold
He's
on,
an
hold on.
equine.
What's the purpose of looking up what the term would be if we aren't going to use it?
You're a slime. He's a slimy. Quiz the furry. All right. There's a feather or feathery.
I ain't no fucking furry. Them's a fighting words, dude.
Yeah, what the fuck? I don't even know where they're getting this shit from.
Like he's talking about hyena erotica. I'm just saying. Did you look at the Lion King like Shanzi? I would like to get in that pseudo phallus.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Wait,
fuck
is
Whoopi
that-
Goldberg with a borrowed dick.
I was about to say, do you actually know the hyena that Whoopi Goldberg played?
Hell
Is
yeah.
that
Yes, I know she played Shanzi because there was only 3 of them.
and you're saying that he's the one that has the
Well, let me tell you why. No reason why I know about Shanzi. Cause I wanted to read the fucking book.
Dude, I forgot Whoopi Goldberg played a character.
I
Was it
know
the
it's
other
hard
one,
to
like,
remember that she used to be like just an
Normal.
actress
Yeah.
She used to be normal.
until she became old and bitter.
Oh, and by the way, since he's accusing both of you of being furries, you could accuse him of being a Scully.
What the fuck is a Scully?
It
Skelly.
is a bone version of a furry.
Like Scully from
As Sanguine, I'm a lich. All right. I don't fuck things. I just want to be left the fuck alone to study.
So you are a Scully.
Nope. I don't fuck
Just you're a
things.
Scully that's a human Scully.
I'm not a skelly.
Fucking weird.
You know what, you dwarf bastard? You know what? When you get home, guess who's gonna be waiting for you? An army of skeletons. Then they ain't gonna do anything to fuck with you. They're just gonna eat your food.
when we get home.
Bullshit!
So-
They don't have stomachs. They're just going to become soup.
The funniest article headline I've ever read was back in was it July of this year?
Mhm.
At no point did I realize what the hell was going on, and even after reading it now, I still don't. It's, quote, Diablo 4 lead turns up at Whoopi Goldberg's weed event to bury the hatchet and present her with a key to hell 1 year after pissing her off because you can't play the action RPG on Macintosh PCs.
Who gives a fuck about Diablo 4 and Whoopi's ugly old ass? She's a
Who
hag.
had a stroke
What?
writing that?
I was gonna say,
Everyone
the
took
fuck
a stroke right
was
now.
it? What is a weed event? And what the fuck does Diablo 4 have to do with it? Why would I want to be presented with the key to hell? And Whoopi Goldberg, I just
A weed.
I don't understand where any of that is going.
Do
I
they
feel like this
taste
is something what
purple
happens
and
when you
smell
take weird
peanut
drugs.
butter?
Quiz. I can tell you what a weed event is. It's a lesser version of P Diddy's freak offs.
Oh,
Except they don't use baby oil or baby oil. They use actual fucking lube. And Whoopi is the main, in air quotes, attraction there. Like, it's all grannies. It's a cougar event. That's what it is. There it is. Cougar event.
I mean, I'm okay with a cougar event, just not Whoopi Goldberg.
You know, the worst part about that is they probably invite Bette Midler so she can sing about the titty song, only this time it's relevant.
the titty song. What is the titty song?
Oh, you know, your tits hang low. They wobble to and fro.
Oh,
They-
wow.
Do your tits hang low? Did they wobble to a fro?
I thought it was does a dick hang low now?
Well, there's that version too.
Yeah, there's several versions.
Yeah. Man,
Oh, yeah, that's the
You
modern one.
Tupac is doing fucking pirouettes in his grave right now. Look how corny you people are being.
Yep.
And he was in the Digital Underground.
No, he wasn't.
He's been all around the world.
He was. He fucking was dancing the Humpty dance.
Yeah. He was in-
Go back and watch that video, man.
You're right, because he was in the song Digital Under. He wasn't in the band though. It was just Shock G.
He was a producer with
No, he
Digital
wasn't.
Underground. He wasn't like a featured like artist on the Digital Underground.
No, he was just in that one song all around the world, but he wasn't in Digital Underground because Digital Underground was literally just one person. It was Shock G.
Yeah. Okay.
Shock G was technically Humpty, but he had someone playing Humpty. It was just Shock G. Shock G, Kenny K, Chop Master J, DJ Fuse, Money B, oh well, Tupac was in it. Huh.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tupac is in it. I'm just saying that now.
I didn't know that. He
Yeah.
was a member of Digital Underground.
Tier, surrender
Wow.
your black card to Inquisitor.
Sanguine, I lost my black card. I lost my black card years ago when I voted for Trump. If he can find that motherfucker, he can have it.
Quiz, surrender your white Mormon to Tier.
Okay.
Okay, sweet. I now got white privilege.
Woo!
The
What
white
if
man.
what if during the swap you both fail and you just end up with both of you having alopecia or the skin thing?
Vitiligo.
Yeah,
See,
because
I
they're all
was just,
obsessed with that nowadays, you know? Apparently everybody has that shit, and you're like, no, they
I'm
really
bold
don't.
and beautiful.
Because I got
I'm
the
just slightly
vitiligo.
surprised that I didn't hear you the moment I said, Tier, give me your black card. You just screamed, I'ma say it!
Nah, fuck, I care about that shit. Being black is like number 1 billion on the shit I identify as. Hey, go
Yeah.
right ahead and take it. Shit, I'll mail it to you. Asshole in Chicago area. Yo,
I'm not sure if it's gonna. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a good thing if a white guy in Chicago has a race card.
Look, again, technically you'll be a black man at that point. You're just like,
Oh, yeah.
look, when you get it, you're like, officially I'm black, go through all it. Granted, you have to get your IDs changed.
I don't know, man. I might get beat up because it's MAGA country, you know.
Oh yeah, you might get fucked up. That is MAGA country. Ooh, I ain't think about that shit.
Biggest noose in existence tossed around your neck?
No, dude. As long as you don't have a Subway sandwich, you're good.
In a polar vortex, and you're not named Empire, word that Tara
Well-
uses quite frequently.
We don't have a polar vortex coming up right now, but we do have remnants of the hurricane. So
Yeah,
Is it-
I've been
all
watching
right.
out for a couple of my friends for that one. It's
All right,
funny
quiz.
and then red or yeah.
What's up?
All right, I'm gonna need you to go outside, right, in the middle of the remnants of the hurricane. Get you a Subway sandwich, right?
At
Yeah.
3 a.m.
hold on, wait. What kind of Subway sandwich? Because do you think meatball sub would work or?
Come on, it doesn't matter.
Well, I don't know. I think it does matter.
I'm trying to think of what the blackest Subway sandwich would be.
Fine.
Quickly, we have to find out one
Okay,
important
the
thing.
Black Forest
Have
soda.
you been fucking your personal trainer in the bathhouse?
What the fuck? Oh, shit.
It's a needed part in order to set up the entire scenario.
Are you on a show
Oh.
named Empire?
No.
Because, if you haven't been
show
fucking your
called
personal
Empire?
trainer in the bathhouse, then it becomes a bit difficult to set up the entire scenario.
Well, I mean, I can't afford a personal trainer. So that means I'm more black than Jesse Smollett.
Yep.
You can't smell it yourself? Mm-mm. Excuse me.
But yeah. That's
Oh,
such...
well.
It still enrages me that people tried to get him off the charges of that.
But remember, he's not suicidal. No one fucking cares. You're not that important.
Yep. But the fact
I'm
that
not
people
suicidal.
were
No one
going,
cares.
the fact that people were going, well, it's ridiculous that they're making him pay back this. How? He wasted police time.
And resources.
Yeah, police time and resources. There's
He
a
should be in
normal
jail.
charge for this.
He
Yeah.
also caused problems for the two black guys who helped him. Like,
Yep.
Because the outer one is gay.
Yep.
And it gets even worse. You have to think, if they'd have found two white guys who fit his description, who were out that day, and who honestly had no earthly business involved in that shit, they'd have been fucking crucified.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have kept on line.
But see, they're white, so they deserve it.
You see, and that's the problem with our society.
Yep.
I don't believe that. Oh, you can't punch up. You can't do. No. Everybody's an asshole. Motherfuckers can be racist. Black, white, purple, green, candy stripe. You can still be racist. Fucking hell, I'm racist. I hate all you motherfuckers.
And you can absolutely punch up, and in fact, it's a good idea if you're a bit too strong for your frame.
I don't believe in punching up, punching down. I want to say, like, in order to say the phrase, I can't be on Minions. So I'm going to write it in chat, just because it has to be said. It has to be said that way. So I'm going to put it in private chat.
Like I said, though, the way to do it is if you're stronger than your... Yep, that's... Exactly.
Yup. You want to start shit, you will get hit. It don't matter if you're in a wheelchair. Those are the rules.
But yeah, it's one of those things that if you're stronger than your body can handle, punch up. And that's dead serious, because if you punch up, you can actually get the force that you need. Whereas if you're too light and you toss yourself, if you try to punch laterally, then punch up.
Mm-hmm.
It'll do the damage. But that's a very different situation than normal.
Oh God! Did y'all see the picture of Gorlock the Destroyer?
thankfully not.
Don't believe I have.
Oh no, he's gonna
hold
share
on.
it now.
The one of her
Yes.
twerking?
No, not the one. Oh God, no, not that one.
Okay.
I'll show it.
'Cause I saw that.
The one that looks like he should be in a sumo wrestling match. Like he looks like he got the I forget what they're called. Fundiyoshi, is it? There it is.
Oh, you're talking the sumo diaper?
Yeah. I shared it.
Am I good to click on this to share?
It's nothing sexual.
Oh no.
What
It
the fuck?
just.
No!
I had to turn that shit down.
That's not a sumo diaper.
Yeah, but it looks like it looks like he's doing sumo wrestling.
That is revolting.
The fuck is that?
It's Gorlock the Destroyer. It's
That is
Jabba's first son.
That's a hut in human skin.
That's Lord Jabba's
But
first kid.
I can't fault the confidence that it must have, but at the same time, shame should be felt.
Yeah,
You know?
I
You
applaud
know-
your confidence, but you shouldn't have it.
Yes.
You know, I'm a fat fuck. Now, I won't lie, but I'm trying to lose this weight. I don't ever want to become that size. If I ever become that size, I'll play. It must be the end of days for me.
Well, I told my friends that if I ever had a paunch, like if I ever have so much of a gut that it folds over top of my pants, I've given all of my friends permission to shoot me.
Mm-hmm.
Done that. Got you.
Yeah.
Like
You got Sanguine and Adam here, who know me in real life. Have I not said that?
Yep.
I've told my friends this one. If at when that point when I get too big to, I want you all to give me a big plate of spaghetti. I want y'all to treat me like the mafia. Hey, you like the spaghetti? Yeah, I like my spaghetti. And then one to the back of the head.
Well, like all my tongues should get.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking at this menu from IHOP, and I think I'm gonna go with this.
Eggs over my hammy.
Yeah, well, no, this Texas country fried steak and eggs, and we got hash
It does sound
browns.
pretty good, man.
Yeah,
It does.
dude.
Is IHOP open? Do you want to go after I get home from work?
Hell no, dude. You fucking, I'll probably be passed out.
You probably will be.
Damn it.
What?
What was the advert? It was either IHOP or like Hardee's or something like that, where it
And then the
was
America guy.
What the hell?
yes, tastes like America from the Cowboys.
That's Denny's. It's Denny's. It's for
Denny's.
the red, white, and it was for the red, white, and blue pancakes. It's like,
What
red,
do
white, and blue
those-
pancakes. What do those taste like? And the guy goes, America.
Yep.
America. Fuck yeah.
America.
Because that's what I thought
Come-
when it was the mention of going to.
I went to so there's a Denny's like not too far away from my parents' place. My one former roommate and we went there one time, and I was telling her, like, informing her about a whole bunch of memes, and one of the memes that I got to was card games on motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
And I was explaining card games on motorcycles to her, and I went, card games on motorcycles! And then I hear 4 or 5 booths down a response, card games on motorcycles!
Ah, yeah.
See, I'm surprised that you didn't mention the later version of that when they were riffing off of, if you changed out every time that they said card with vagina.
My
And then
vagina.
Well,
Yeah.
hold on. You know about the
My vagina.
Dash, how much have I ever talked about Dash.org with you, Sanguine?
Not much.
What?
Hold on. Dash.org is a internet quote database from IRC chat rooms back in the day. And hang on. Let me see if I can find it. Because the actual website is down now, unfortunately. But there is a mirror and an archive. And it has...
During the vaginas one, there was the cut or a super cut of all the different times that they decide to do it, and one of them was the vaginas on motorcycles.
Okay, so this is the original one. Purely in the interests of science, I have replaced the word wand with wang in the first Harry Potter book. Let's see the results. Oh, you're not supposed to do magic? Asked Harry. Oh, well, I see, I was at Hogwarts myself, but I got expelled. To tell you the truth, in the third year, they snapped me wang in half and everything. A magic wang. This is what Harry had truly been looking forward to. Yes, I thought it'd be seeing you soon, Harry Potter. It wasn't a question. You have your mother's eyes. It seems only yesterday she was in here herself buying her first wang. 10 1/4 inches long, swishy and made of willow. Nice wang for charm work. Your father, on the other hand, preferred a mahogany wang, 11 inches. Harry took the wang. He felt the sudden warmth in his fingers. He raised the wang above his head and brought it swishing down in the dusty air, and a stream of red and gold sparks shot from the end like a firework, throwing dancing shots of light into the walls. Oh, move over, Hermione snarled. She grabbed Harry's wang and tapped the lock and whispered, Alamora!
Nice.
The troll couldn't feel Harry hanging there, but even the troll will notice if you stick a long bit of wood up its nose, and Harry's wang still had a bit of it in his hand when he jumped. It had gone straight up one of the troll's nostrils.
Nice.
He bent down and pulled his wang out of the troll's nose. It was covered in what looked like lumpy gray glue. He ran out into the field and, as he fell, waved his wang and sort of slowed down before he hit the ground. And then he whirled his wang at the demonstrators and shot silver stuff at them. Okay, I found definitive proof that J.K. Rowling is a dirty, dirty woman making a fool out of us all. Yes, Harry said, gripping his wang very tightly and moved into the middle of a deserted classroom. He tried to keep his mind on flying, but something else kept intruding. Any second now, he might hear his mother again, but he wouldn't think that. Or would he hear her again? And he didn't want to. Or did he?
Nice.
Good Lord. Where do we take this turn?
Hey,
Yes, I'm surprised I haven't. I'm surprised I haven't mentioned Bash.org on stream more. This is like ancient internet, and I love it dearly, and I'm glad it's archived for all eternity.
All right, I gotta say all this one. This is just too fucking cute.
So here's one of my favorite ones.
Oh, there we go.
From Kasarki, all capital letters. Hi, everybody! From Judgmental. Try pressing the caps lock key. From Kasaki, all in caps again. Oh, thanks! It's so much easier to write now! From Judgmental, fuck me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I gotta admit, that went great with the goddamn video we were watching.
Yep.
The screaming. Fuck.
Oh, Mudang?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mudang just being a menace.
She tired herself.
What should I give my sister for unzipping? $10? No, I mean like WinZip.
Do you think they'd ever grow up and be friendly with humans?
Yeah.
Well, there was a story about a hippo that swallowed a 2-year-old child whole and then spat him back up, and he was still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
My girlfriend broke up with me and sent me pics of her and her new boyfriend in bed. Ouch. Yeah, I sent them to her dad. Man, my penis is so big, if I let it out on the keyboard, it'd go all the way from A to Z. Wait, shit.
Yep.
How many of you just looked at your keyboard? Answer me!
I know that one. It's a classic.
Mm-mm.
Here we go. This is one of my favorites. Hey, Mike. Pussy. And pussy. ... Pussy. I don't get it. And you never will!
Nice.
IRC is just multiplayer notepad.
Kind of.
God damn.
Okay. So, step 1, save every free credit card offer you get, put in pile A. 2, save every free coupon you get and put that in pile B. Now open the credit card mail from pile A and find the business reply envelope. Take the coupons from pile B and stuff them in the envelope as you hold in your hand. Drop the stuffed envelope to the brim, stuff to the brim envelopes into your mail and walk away. I've now received 2 phone calls from credit card companies telling me that they have received the stuffed envelope with coupons rather than my application, and they informed me that they are not pleased that they footed the bill for this crap that I sent them. I reply with it with, quote, "It says business reply mail. I'm suggesting coupons to you to ensure that your business is more successful." They promptly hung up on me. I did this for about a month before it got boring, and I had an idea. I added exactly 33 cents worth of pennies to the envelope, so they had to pay extra due to the weight. I got a call informing me about the money, and I said it was a mistake, and I demanded my change back. After yelling at the clerk and then the supervisor, they agreed to my demands and cut me a check for the money. I hold in my hands at this very moment a check from GTE Visa for exactly 33 cents.
Nice. Who's playing Super Mario?
Chris Pratt?
No, who's playing Mario Odyssey?
I'm gonna blame It's a Me.
it's a me. Damn, it's a me.
So I was with my friend Brian the other night at a bar, and he got really drunk and he was going to puke. So I helped him walk to the toilet, and all the stalls were occupied. Brian is like a rugby player, so a really big guy. He just fucking kicks one of the stall doors open, and there's this guy in there taking his shit. Brian throws up all over him. Then, this is genius, Brian thinks, oh shit, if I were taking a shit and someone came in and was sick all over me, I'd want to fuck him up, so I better hit him first. And so he fucking smacks the guy in the face and runs away. Imagine being that guy. Worst night out ever.
That is miserable.
Oh, God, man. I'm watching this video of this spider build a web. It looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go. There's a dude next to me. He's watching me type, which is sort of starting to creep me out. Yes, dude next to me. I mean you.
Nice. But yeah, anyone have any topics that they wanted to touch on but didn't get a chance to?
Nothing really important, but I laughed a lot watching both Legal Mindset cover the letter and then Hypnotic and then JT himself. But her legal team, like, I can't get out of the impression that he was trying to sound Indian when he was writing that.
Whose legal team?
So there's this lady from Kotaku. She's
Mercanti.
yeah. And she sent out a cease and desist to JT Smash. To do his stuff with 4chan. Even though he has nothing to do with 4chan.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of stalked his wife on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And everywhere she goes, she basically lets you know that what she does for a living is she peddles her body for money. Which means she's a whore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she's also said that. She's a whore. But she's basically trying to do a cease and desist so that he'll write an apology letter, knowing that there's nothing legally that they could actually do to him. So they're trying to get an apology letter out of him, knowing that if they sent that to YouTube, it would basically, it would fuck his whole channel.
Mm-hmm.
All because all he does is report back on shit they say, report back on reviews on games, and then reports back on stuff that he's heard about the games, which is what a lot of people on YouTube who do the Game Sphere do.
Mm-hmm.
They all haven't talked about her in like a month because she's not that
Irrelevant.
Yeah, she's really not that interesting. And then she pulls this shit, and you're like, huh, I see a trend.
So in other words, she's clawing for relevancy.
Yeah, I hope she's not for JT's sake, because I know a lawyer's no joke, but I hope she's dumb enough to try, because the stuff they sent in that letter made it sound like they were threatening his kids. It did, low key.
Whoa.
You gotta think about, how is this gonna affect your kids? Oh, what's this gonna do to you and your kids?
Well, you gotta remember two things. Cunts like her don't fucking care about the shit they did. Because to them, everyone's fair game.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, she's a biatch.
Yes. I just know that if she lost in that one, he could countersue, and then she would really, really, really lose a lot of money, because he would probably win that one.
Mm-hmm. Again, fuck her.
Mm-hmm. Fuck around, find out.
Yep.
I'm also tired of those types, because it is really hard to get actually decent reviews on games. And I know you can go to YouTubers and stuff. It does help to have somebody play it in front of you and tell you about what their thoughts are on it. But this thing where like they're just going to say what they want because they're getting paid to, or because they're on their mission to save the planet, whatever shit they're on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just tiring.
Yeah, it's baffling how shit their writing is, but yet they want to throw stones at everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And they particularly want to tear down anyone that even shows promise of being successful, which is what happened with the Black Myth Wukong bullshit, where they tried to say that a story set in, 13th century or 14th century China?
14th century China about
a
like
mythic time.
There are female characters
China. Yeah, but it was set in, or it was written in the 14th century about a mythic era of China.
Mm-hmm.
And they were trying to say it was racist because the Chinese story from the 14th century had a lot of Chinese people and pretty much no one else.
Yeah, because it's their fucking mythology. Like, if you were to go to Japanese and read their mythology, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't see any fucking Africans in their mythology. Just saying. Just like
that's why they're trying to cleave to
Southgate.
Yeah.
Yosuke or Southgate, what the fucking thing was. Like, again, this is what I know about that time frame. Yes, this is what I know about that time frame. That time frame, Japan was fucking xenophobic. If you weren't Japanese, you weren't allowed, but in certain areas.
You don't even need to say that time frame.
Yeah.
If you're talking about pre-World War II Japan, they were extremely xenophobic. If you're talking about after World War II Japan, they were kind of xenophobic.
but not only xenophobic, but they still had a class system. You know, they were looking at people like at levels. So
but my point being this is given the people of that time, having that he stood out like a fucking sore thumb, there would be no way they may have given him, I'm going to use air quotes, a weapon, and that was more probably for show than it was for practical use. He wasn't on the battlefield cut down motherfuckers.
He was a former slave too, right? And he was then a retainer, a servant essentially, to Oda Nobunaga. And I'm not sure how much people know about Oda Nobunaga, but That is not a person that you want to be aspiring to.
Yep.
He was the Hitler of his day.
Yeah. He tried to take over Japan
Well, he
literally with a
did.
military coup.
He
Yeah.
Well,
did.
kind of.
He's
He
one of
was
those.
he was the head shogunate, and then he was assassinated.
He was one of those people that is kind of begrudgingly respected for his
Military genius.
military
Yeah.
skill.
Yeah, because essentially what it was is that he united all of Japan.
Yeah.
Like
And-
but-
before
but
it
you gotta
was
remember-
like warring districts, and it
Yeah,
was
But you
not.
gotta remember
a
something
united
really
country.
quick. You gotta
He
remember
was
something else. He
respected
took down
for
the
his skill.
Asakage. Hold on. He took down the Asakage, which had the largest army with a weaker army. He took
Yep.
down the largest power at the time and took that territory and became the largest military force. And they all tried to unite against him, and he still was taking out motherfuckers. Love him, hate him, do whatever. You have to admire. He saw his moment and he took it and he won.
Yep.
And then he became the top dog from being bottom of the fucking barrel.
Yeah, he was respected for his skill, but there's a reason why in pop culture,
He's
if
the Demon
someone
King.
is Oda Nobunaga reincarnated, they're almost 100% of the time fucking evil.
Yeah.
He had the nickname the Demon King for a reason.
Yeah. And his two retainers are the ones that are more favorably looked back on. Because his
Well-
two retainers are the ones that fucking murked him and then took over.
Well,
First
no.
one, then the other.
No, it wasn't that Hideyoshi didn't murk him. Hideyoshi wasn't there at the time, and he probably would have gotten killed if he was there because Mitsuhide literally surrounded Hinoji. And the only reason why, again, he was doing other shit. Like, I gotta go somewhere else. And he fucking took down Mitsuhide. And Hideyoshi is a rag the riches story. Like, literally, he was a saw mat. He sold straw mats.
Yep.
And Nobunaga saw some potential in him and elevated him up to samurai.
Yeah, there is some fuckery with how much they were potentially involved with his downfall, which
Yeah.
is why it's often looked at
Potential.
as, yeah, they murked him. They murked him with someone else's army.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then they did rather well at unifying. First one, then the other, because there were two of them. And it was Tokugawa that was really the unifier. Who's the second.
No, Tokugawa. All right. Had Hideyoshi not went to war with Vietnam, not Vietnam, Korea, he probably would have had enough military force to suppress Ieyasu.
Yep.
But he went to war. All right. So these are Hideyoshi's blunders. Not allowing Tokugawa to keep the portion that would be normally given to Hideyoshi as part of his army. Like, they would give a portion of their army to him.
Mm-hmm.
He allowed him to keep his portion in exchange for I think taxes, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And when he went to war with Korea, it was a devastating loss. Like, he was supposed to win this war by every metric, and he lost. And when he came back, he didn't have the army to repel Hideyoshi. Tokugawa.
But also, that was pretty much the only... Having that war, win or lose, was pretty much the only way that Japan would remain even somewhat stable.
Yeah.
It's just he was able to be taken over by Tokugawa. Because after the Warring States period within Japan, yes, there's a bunch of different periods that are called the Warring States in
Warring States all
Japan,
over.
as well as in China.
China.
Yeah, but the two that people most call the Warring States periods and the two that get conflated the most are the Chinese Warring States periods and the Japanese Warring States periods.
Yeah.
I prefer my favorite warring states, if you will, Civil War is the Three Kingdom period from China.
Yeah, Three Kingdoms is fascinating.
Followed by the Spring and Summer War.
Weren't
Chu
the
and
Japanese Civil
B.
Wars the Shogunate Wars?
So each of the Warring States periods has its own name as well as being called Warring States periods. So there was several different wars for the shogunate, which at least one or two of them are also known as the Shogunate Wars. Then there's in China, you had the main Warring States period that people think of when they think of Chinese Warring States is the Three Kingdom period, but there's several others that are mixed in as well.
No, the Three Kingdom period is the Three Kingdoms. Then you have the Chu, B, and Han War. That was the Warring States with the King of Chu, the King of B, and Liu Bang forming the Han. That was like 400 years before Three Kingdoms.
A lot of people think of the Three Kingdoms when they hear Warring States because they think of the Oath Brothers, and the Oath Brothers are from the Three Kingdoms.
I know. I read that book. I love that book. That is my favorite book, and I can have in-depth conversations about that book every day, any day of the week.
Like I said, there's several different times that are considered the Warring
Yes.
States periods. The one that is the most commonly thought of when people hear the Warring States period of China is the Three Kingdoms because of the book.
Yeah.
And the amazing characters from said book.
Want to
The
know
Oath
something funny,
Brothers
though?
in
Wanna know something
particular.
funny?
Sure.
All right, so the book was written in 600, like damn near 400 years after the events.
Yep. As many histories were.
Yes.
Which is why they end up with insane feats like the number of times that you're reading an account from several hundred years later where so-and-so took on an army of 1,000, 10,000, 50,000 men by himself.
Like one, you just like murking motherfuckers after. Like one, you got big names. Zhang Fei got numbers, and Zhou Yu just got everybody.
Yep. And it's normally, yeah, they did something really fucking impressive, but the really fucking impressive thing that they probably did in actual history is, yeah, they probably murked like 20 guys by themselves, which is insane.
All right, so it's more of who you murked. Like, historically, Guan Yu did fight Hao Zhang when he first came onto the scene, and you defeated him. Like that was like at that point, Hao Zhang was like known as like this amazing badass. Which is he was murking motherfuckers left and right too.
Yep. But I'm saying that when it comes to the massive events where, oh yeah, he was able to beat 1,000 people by himself in this one battle. No, it was probably a really nasty jumping that became a reverse jumping.
Yeah.
Where it was like a gang of 20 people tried to murk him. And he was the one who made it out alive. And he told the story of, 20 fuckers tried to jump me. Or 25 fuckers tried to jump me. And then every time it was told, it was an additional 5, 10, 15 people were added. So it was, it actually happened with 25 motherfuckers tried to jump me. The next time that someone said it, 40 motherfuckers tried to jump him.
And then after that, like, was 100 he was over there making 100 motherfuckers attack his ass all at once, and he was like, keep dropping them.
Yep.
Telephone game.
Just constant scaling up, which is how a lot of those sorts of stories end up, where it ends up just being blown up as time goes on. And there's stories like that from US history that if it weren't for the fact that we have the recordings of the battle themselves, that they went, no, we actually went back. We counted the number of bodies. These are the number of bodies.
Shit.
We would be going, what the fuck? And we've had instances where we've had cases where we didn't believe the stories that were told until they were confirmed, and then retellings of it nerfed the stories so that people would find them more believable.
Shit, I got one for you, Sanguine. Paul Bunyan.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Bunyan probably did exist. He probably was a rather tall man, and he probably did have like an ox that followed him around. But he wasn't a fucking giant, and it wasn't a big blue ox, and he didn't, like cut down a whole fucking 100 trees.
Yep. And an example of one of the stories that it was scaled back, and we know it was scaled back, and then it was told in its full form afterwards, was Audie Murphy's story.
Okay.
Do you guys know who Audie Murphy is?
Nope, but you're gonna tell us, aren't you?
Yes. So Audie Murphy is one of the most insane motherfuckers from World War II. And let me pull up the full story so that I can tell it properly. Because this is a case where after World War II, he was in a movie about his own life. And it was specifically about this one event because Audie Murphy was fucking insane. So Audie Murphy was much smaller than you were supposed to be allowed to be when it came to joining the military.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the military you had to be 5 foot, I want to say 8, 5'10", something like that. I want to say it was 5'8" though. And he was several inches shorter than that. He was like 5'4", 5'5". He was a short little man.
He was a manlet.
Yeah. But he lied on everything in order to get into the military. When he joined the military, he trained harder than damn near anyone that he could find, did an amazing job through training, though, again, he was smaller, he was weaker, and people noted that he was smaller and he was weaker. But in, let's see, which battle was it? So, here it is. On January 26th of 1945, Audie Murphy and 40 U.S. troops were in Alsatia, or the Alsatian town of Holtzwihr. And while they were there, they were ordered to hold that point until reinforcements arrived. While they were waiting on that, 250 fucking Germans and 6 tanks attacked them. So, 41 men at the low end to 50 at the high end against 250 and 6 tanks.
Gee.
Audie Murphy and his 40 men didn't have tanks. They also didn't have really anti-tank weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And they also got shelled by artillery. So 41 men at the low end, 50 men at the high end were suddenly shelled by artillery, then attacked by 250 men plus 6 tanks. Audie Murphy, who was leading 10 men during the battle, ended up killing a good number of Germans. Then he realized that one of the Germans that he had killed had a Panzerfaust. So he ran forward, grabbed a Panzerfaust. He took
What's
out
the
one of the
Panzerfaust?
tanks. Say again?
Grenade.
Panzerfaust is the German version of Bazooka, effectively.
Okay.
It was
rocket propelled grenade.
Yeah, it was an RPG. It was or rather, the more accurate term would be a recoilless rifle for that. But it was an anti-tank weapon.
All right.
So he saw the Panzerfaust. He ran forward through gunfire and the battle, picked up the Panzerfaust, turned on the tank that was closest to him, shot at the tank. The tank started turning to shoot at him. He had crippled one section of the tread with his first shot. He reloaded as the tank was bringing its gun around. Managed to fire off a second shot, crippling its movement entirely before the tank was able to bring its main gun around. He ran up diagonally towards it so that the tank would have to continue swinging its main gun in order to actually be able to hit him. The Germans couldn't fucking hit the little bastard. He climbed up on the tank, was able to break open the hatch on top of the tank, then threw a grenade in, slammed the hatch closed, held it closed, killed all the Germans inside, threw open the hatch, climbed in, swung the tank's gun around to one of the other tanks pressing down on his men, crippled that tank. That tank swung its gun around, started shooting at the tank Audie Murphy was in, starting to cause his tank to burst into flames. He manages to get out of the tank, run around again, causing the German tank to have to swing its gun, trying to keep track of Audie Murphy. He gets up to that one, kills everyone inside. I think this one he ended up jumping in and used just his fucking knife in the tank. Because, again, he was a much smaller man than most people. So, close in fighting, being a smaller guy, kind of nice. You can actually move. So, he's now taken out 2 tanks and a good number of fucking people. He uses that tank to take out another tank. As he's doing this, other men have managed to take out another group of Germans, notice the Panzerfaust. They've taken out 1 tank. So Audie Murphy is currently at his 2nd tank when the rest of the men have taken out 1 other tank. He swings his tank around to a 3rd tank, is able to cripple that tank. Again, his tank gets trashed as he's crippling that tank. He jumps out, again goes running around. He takes out his 3rd fucking tank. And the entire battle, it's just him taking out men, taking out multiple tanks, and then eventually being able to find a radio to radio in counter battery fire on the German artillery. Just absolute insanity. He ends up taking out, I think he personally took out 4 of the tanks. 4 of the 6 tanks he took out. He called in the counter artillery on one section of the German artillery. And then he ended up capturing another group of artillery. And at one point, his men got reinforced by... No, wait, was it his side's tank destroyer, or was it an enemy's tank destroyer? There's a tank destroyer that ends up getting lit on fire and crippled. He ends up climbing into that on fire tank destroyer and just sweeping the 50 caliber machine gun until he's at a point where it's the tank destroyer is going to be his flaming coffin if he doesn't fucking leave. He gets out of there, calls in another counter battery attack, calls in an artillery strike, and manages to take up several more positions with various 50 cals that he's able to find. As his force is slowly being forced out of the area because it started with 250 Germans, but the Germans kept on getting reinforcements. So he ends up fighting this absolutely insane active retreat. Fighting retreat.
Yeah.
Where the Germans are just getting slaughtered. So, all told, Audie Murphy, in that battle, personally killed or wounded over 50 enemy troops, directed artillery against a dozen or more enemy placements, took out 4 tanks, and got pretty much every one of his men safe, and then mounted a counterattack, which successfully drove the Germans back. Absolutely fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like I said, there was a movie about his life after the war.
But you know what I realized? It's have you ever seen Wind Talkers, the movie about the code talkers in World War II? And I'm pretty sure, you know, some of that shit dramatized, but still, the shit they did was fucking amazing. So we do have stories like that. And
Like I said, there's a bunch of stories like that. We have Alvin York. Alvin York is, again, one of those insane stories, because Alvin York was a conscientious objector because he was a pacifist. Do you know what Alvin York is famous for?
Hacksaw Ridge.
No, that was a different... That was Dobbs. Dobbs is also absolutely fascinating. Dobbs is the conscientious objector pacifist that didn't murder people, or didn't not murder people, but didn't just absolutely slaughter enemies. Alvin York is an interesting one because he was a conscientious objector during World War I. He's famous for personally taking, I think it was 150 Germans captive after murdering, or again, not murdering because it's in an active war, after just slaughtering a sizable number of Germans because he did a solo run on a German gun encampment, succeeded, and when he was asked how the hell he did it, because again, he killed an obscene number of Germans during this and then took a shit ton captive afterwards. When he was asked how, he responded to the officer, well, I treated it like a turkey shoot. I started at the back and worked my way forward so that they wouldn't run away.
Okay.
How fucking cold is that? Especially from a conscientious objector pacifist going, yeah, I shot the back guys first so that they wouldn't run away. That's cold as shit, dude. That is a badass moment. Again, a story that I
Yep.
recommend people read into if they're fascinated about history. Dobbs is another one of those cases. Dobbs didn't kill anyone. Dobbs is the Hacksaw Ridge pacifist who survived all kinds of shit that he had absolutely no right surviving. And just kept on going back for everyone that was injured. And he healed American troops and Japanese troops alike. He didn't care if you were injured and he found you, he would heal you. And he would get your body back to be carried down from the cliff face. Absolutely ridiculous story, that guy. There's a bunch of these people that we have amazing and insane stories. But it's one of those things that, yeah, if we didn't have the level of documentation that we have now, these are the stories that would become the, oh yeah, Alvin York. Did you know that he personally took on 10,000 German soldiers and lived to tell the tale? Oh, Audie Murphy, the man who destroyed an entire German tank battalion. That's the sort of shit that you would hear about these people. Because it would be that story that gets told and then passed on and it gets expanded on and it goes from more than 50 people, which is what Audie Murphy was, to, oh, it was 100, it was 200, it was 300, it was 500 people. Audie Murphy became a god of death.
That's the very basis of a folk hero.
Yep.
I wonder what will happen in 100 years when they're retelling stories, of like Audie Murphy, of like Hacksaw Ridge, shit like that. Will they become, oh, he single-handed, he fired his gun and like it went through the Panzer tank and pierced the brain of the driver, and the driver, as he was dying, spun through the tank around, and his gunner was forced to fire at his enemy tank, which did the same thing while his men were retreating.
Yeah. It's absolute insanity what can happen with these stories. And we have examples of this throughout American history. And we're a very short-lived country. But we have examples of that. One of my favorite ones is a story that might be true or might be more true than not, but is also probably rather inflated, which is Jackson and the soldiers trying to abandon the front during the Battle of Nolens.
Of Nolens?
Yeah, so Jackson, Andrew Jackson, the absolute insane bastard that he was the general in charge of the Battle of Nolens. And he started out the battle where he didn't have regulars, really. It was pretty much militia, a bunch of hired tribes, some slightly reformed privateers, and shit like that. That was his force. At the start of the Battle of Nolens, he eventually got reinforced by the standing army, by the regulars, but early on in the battle, a sizable number of his men tried to decide that they didn't want to fight no more. Jackson found out about this. Jackson, who had been injured, I want to say it was like 2-3 days earlier, and was still in a sling, grabbed his horse, grabbed every gun that he had, hopped on his horse, rode out in front of where he knew the men would have to cross in order to get away from the battle, hopped off his horse, pulled out his sword, drew a line in the dirt with his sword, hopped back up on his horse, rested his rifled musket across his lap and saddle after loading it, loaded every other gun that he had with him, and waited. When the first men started to show up, he said, anyone that crosses this line, I will personally shoot. Those men didn't fucking cross the line. There's a good reason for this if you know Andrew Jackson.
Because he would fucking do it.
Yeah, if Andrew Jackson says that he's going to shoot you, Andrew Jackson's going to fucking shoot you. Andrew Jackson is also the mad bastard that at one point he insulted someone else. They demanded satisfaction. He showed up to a duel with pistols and said, because I was the one that insulted you, you get first crack at it.
Wasn't he the same Andrew Jackson that beat a motherfucker with his cane and tried to assassinate him?
Yeah. Andrew Jackson is the man that someone tried to assassinate him outside of Congress. And Andrew Jackson had to be pulled off of his would-be assassin because he was actively beating the man to death on the steps of the Capitol.
Yes, he beat the fuck out of him with his cane.
And the best part is that the man who tried to kill him had used probably the most reliable firearms of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't he tried with one gun and it was a misfire. No, he had, I think it was 3 guns. He tried to shoot once, misfire. Tried to shoot again, misfire. Dropped that gun. Pulled out another. Tried to shoot, misfire. Tried to shoot again, misfire. Dropped it. Tried to shoot again, misfire. Tried to shoot again, misfire. At that point, Andrew Jackson, who was in his 70s or 80s at this point, has managed to close the gap and has started to beat this man to death with his cane. And then eventually gets pulled off by a bunch of senators because they're afraid that the former president is about to beat a man to death on the steps of this Capitol. Which is fucking hilarious. But Andrew Jackson said, first person to cross this line, I'm going to personally shoot. The men didn't want to cross this line. As more men started showing up, the word spread. Cross that line. He's going to shoot you. They decided that they didn't want to cross the line either. You had a fairly sizable number of men, all terrified of this old, or not really old, but reasonably old man. He was in his, I want to say probably 40s at the time. So not really old, but old for the time. Man who had single-shot weapons. And they could have all bum-rushed him and tried to have a go, but as many bullets as he had and as many as he could take down with his sword before they took him down were going to die. They decided not to. He ordered them to return to the line, and any that didn't return to the line before the regulars showed up, he would make sure that they were executed for dereliction. Pretty much everyone returned to the fucking battle because the battle was less scary than Jackson.
You know what? If I fuck with him, I'm going to die. But if I go out and fight, I could live.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jackson also, for as much shit as he gets, he's also the one that had probably the best line when it came to the build-up to the Civil War, which was, let me make sure that I'm getting the...
So the Richard Lawrence failed assassination of Andrew Jackson took place in 1835.
Yep.
Andrew Jackson was 68.
Yeah. So he was in his 40s during the Battle of Nolens then. Let's see. It's if he...
So this is what happened. Jackson walked by. Lawrence stepped out and fired his first pistol at Jackson's back. It misfired. Lawrence quickly made another attempt with the second pistol, but it also misfired. It was later determined that the weapons he had chosen had been noted for vulnerable to moisture, and the weather on that day was humid and damp.
Mm-hmm.
So he tried it twice, and then Andrew Jackson started beating him with his cane.
Yep. Probably one of the best lines when it came to the lead up to the Civil War ever was Andrew Jackson to Calhoun, because he looked at Calhoun in the face and said, "John Calhoun, if you secede from my nation, I'll secede your head from the rest of your body."
Wow. See, and those are the bad motherfuckers of history.
Yeah.
Did you know that Richard Lawrence, the would-be assassin of Andrew Jackson, was found not guilty of his assassination attempt?
How the fuck?
Reason of insanity.
Ah.
No, it wasn't. I bet it wasn't insanity. I bet
was
he got beat
found
so
that-
badly.
Well, no, it was found that his exposure to toxic chemicals, including lead, antimony, chromates, sulfides, and barium, contributed to his mental illness. He had a
So he was a
dissociative behavior and violent tendencies, especially towards his siblings.
Ah, he was a hacker. Got it.
Yeah, he was involuntarily committed to an insane asylum.
Oh, also, the time that he got shot first in the duel, when he offered the other guy the first shot, what he said immediately after, because this was his duel with Charles Dickinson.
That Charles Dickinson?
That was Charles Dickens, is the one that you're thinking. Charles Dickinson. So, Charles Dickinson shot first, hit Jackson squarely in the chest, nearly killing him. Jackson calmly took his shot as if he had not been wounded at all. Then a friend expressed astonishment at Jackson's composure, and Jackson stated, "If he had shot me through the brain, sir, I would have still killed him."
Interesting little tidbit here on the Richard Lawrence assassination attempt. Do you know who eventually wrestled Lawrence into submission after Jackson was beating with his cane? Davy Crockett.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So you can say by experience when
Also,
I said that to Satsu once. I'm still proud of it. I should say it to you too, Tyr. My dad has an original coon hat. Like an original one. And I was like, you know, back during the original 2015, I thought about sending it to Satsu, but like stitching Make America Great Again on it.
I want a coon hat.
Right? It's not. It's a warm hat. It's a really good winter hat. So
go to Kentucky or Tennessee. Any of the tourist attractions there, you can find them.
Really?
So a couple more of the lines that I absolutely love from Jackson, because Jackson was just...
As much as I would love to continue this, I have to go to work in the morning.
Oh yeah, true. It is that time. So
it's 1:18.
Let's go around the horn for parting words. Do you want to go first here?
Passionate about Sanguine, devour him, don't let him devour you.
Let's go Inquisitor next.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I prawned the surf, weak and weary, over many a strange and spurious sight of hot XXX galore, While I clicked my favorite bookmark, suddenly there came a warning, and my heart was filled with mourning. Mourning for my dear amour. "'Tis not possible," I muttered. "Give me back my free hardcore." Quoth the server, 404.
Oh God!
Nice.
Oh.
Adam? Adam, you there? I think he's zonked. Jen.
He's probably zonked, yeah.
Well, I believe Kefki's streaming, because she got her shit together.
Nice.
Yay.
Yay! I know she's still fixing her sound a little bit, but she'll be back on Sunday. So if she's on, I'll probably be on her thing, and then I'm always on Wednesdays with the One Ton Hammer and TRD Models.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know we were chilling. I want to chill.
You can
You
show.
should.
All right. Monday nights, me and Miss Nemo are on the mains channel for Millions of the Zoo. That's our night. And then we have our little watch along series. We are doing the Lakeshore Slasher and Left 4 Dead the movie Thursday night. And then tomorrow it'll be the birthday stream for James Colley and Roddy Corpse on Midnight Show. And we will have as guests the fucking Trent Gardner.
So
You know, if you filled up a spaceship with that many candles, that's going to be like such a flaming hazard in space. It'd be a sun. It'd be great.
Oh God! No.
Is
You
that
know how
like
old James is? James is a trillion.
is that like a Canadian saying or something like that? How does that work?
Oh, I think Adam woke up.
Well, it's their birthday, so you get a candle for every year.
Well, asshole years, they're like ancient, but see, that's why we don't do asshole years.
And every once in a while, you get a family member who thinks they're funny. He'll try to count out that many candles on a cake, and then they set off like all the fire alarms.
Mm-hmm. And Adam, since you've woken back up, parting words.
Parting words. Well, I just hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and it was fun hanging out with everybody in the chat, and God bless you. I love you.
Copy that. And I'm going to leave off with two more just fucking fantastic quotes from Andrew Jackson. "It's a damn poor mind that can think of only one way to spell a word." And when asked about any regrets, he responded, "That I didn't shoot Henry Clay and I didn't hang John Calhoun." And with that, have a good night, all. The zoo is closed.
Night.
Meh.
And now I click this, and it